Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Late Night Serial Podcast. It's a podcast if you are into retro gaming and retro-inspired gaming, as well as toys and anything 80s and 90s nostalgia. We're here to cover all the things, all the beautiful, mostly Nintendo things that have gone on recently. And I'm Mr. CJ, and I'm here with Pastor Blunger, who's wearing a Donkey Kong t-shirt.
Donkey Kong.
It totally says Donkey Kong.
It does, doesn't it? I was thinking, maybe that's why they're so cheap, and that's why they've got them.
Yeah, it's nice though. I'm definitely getting one. This is from Primark.
Yeah. It was £7 as well.
Yeah,
which
it's
was
not too bad
because I found the last couple of times they've had t-shirts, they've been this really thin material that stretches, and they've been about like 12, 13 quid, which don't seem a lot of money, but when they're cheap t-shirts.
Now and again, they do really well with retro stuff.
Yes.
Like at the moment, they've got that one, Back to the Future t-shirt and the Transformers t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to get all three, so at some point, if they get my size. But yeah, when I did the other day and they were just not my size, I was like, ugh.
I'm waiting for the GoBots one. So.
That was a comedy gold silence. It was amazing. No, they might do, They might do. Do you know what, though? It's weird because that Robo Force cartoon came out recently. Have you seen that? The cartoon because the Robo Force toys came back out. Those little robots with the sucker hands, the little Hoover hands. They made like weird the Hoover suckers on the side of them. Anyway, they came back out and they've got a cartoon. I'll be honest, I'm trying to be nice, but the cartoon doesn't look the best.
Oh,
it doesn't look.
Does it look cheap? Is it like a cheap kind of?
Yeah, it does. I mean, people work on it and all that, and I feel bad saying it, but I still watch cartoons, and so do you. We're compelled to watch these things.
Yeah, you still judge them.
So I was like, yeah, it's not something I'd watch. You know what I mean? And it's like if they can do that, they can bring back GoBots. Do you know what I mean? Maybe.
You're very nice. You're too nice to me.
That sounds terrible, doesn't it? If we can scrape the barrel at the bottom of that barrel,
if there's nothing left, and you're really desperate for some money and some cheap IPs.
That was rubbish. But I love those toys. I love those toys. So I was made up for coming back, but I'm not that interested in the cartoon series. But what cereal have you got?
Yes, I've got. Which I panicked to Danielle, said, "Oh, I didn't get cereal for tonight." I said, "Well, you got cereal because last time we went, we bought 2 new ones."
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh, did we?" But yeah, so I've got caramelized biscuit ones, and I've had the chocolate chip ones are really nice. There's a little bit. I know they're not healthier, but they're not healthy. They're not usual ones.
I don't know about caramel. I'm not the biggest fan of caramel. I've come to the conclusion in my 40s that I don't like caramel as much as I thought I would.
It depends, really. If it's really soft caramel,
it could be really sickly, couldn't it? But is that nice?
Yeah. Yes, no, it's nice. Yeah, I had a couple of. I grabbed some. Well, my always test with a new cereal is take some out of the packet before we even add milk to see if they're snackable.
Snackable, yeah. Have you ever done that? Have you ever sat there watching a movie and just had the box and just like?
I did with that cereal I had in the previous one. The one. The cinnamon crunch.
Yeah.
That one is like something you would have at the cinema.
It didn't look like something you even put with milk.
And I literally got a little bowl of them because I didn't want a full cereal. So I got my little Cocoa Pops bowl and I literally sat there in the movie eating that.
Well, look what I've got.
What have we got? Are they Froot Loops?
Froot Loops.
Are they authentic from Canada?
From Canada, yeah.
I'm about to say, I think if you didn't bring no cereals back from Canada, I'd be quite shocked.
I only had this cereal while I was over there because I thought I've got to try. Is that your phone? That's not my phone. I was about to say how ridiculous. I can't believe you've got your phone on. I've got my phone on.
No, mine's on
mine.
I'll get my posh milk.
Posh milk, you put your milk out. So I only bought this one cereal from Canada because I tried loads of chocolates and all that stuff, and I thought I'll try loads. There was no little mini packs. Do you know the way we have little mini packs?
Oh, little fun size. Really?
Yeah.
Was it just like these boxes are like twice the size of these?
A big box. And I'll be honest, I bought these because probably the most famous cereal I can think of, outside of the UK. It's probably Froot Loops. I know there's all the other stuff, but they had none of the other stuff. It was
Really?
mainly like Froot Loops. And I'll be honest, have you got Froot Loops? Oh, look, that looks like dog food from me on the camera.
On camera, it doesn't look that nice. But yeah,
but I know it'll taste nice. It will taste nice. That. But I'll be honest, Froot Loops I thought would taste fruity, and it's
no, they're not at all. They're just very sweet.
No, yeah, very sweet. They smell kind of floral. You know, they're not that nice. I mean, I'm eating them because I ate most of the box.
Yeah, I tried them. And I wasn't a big fan. Like, for example, like if Stu hears this, she'll be annoyed at me probably. But she sent me a box of Flintstone Pebbles.
Oh, Fruity Pebbles, yeah.
And wasn't a fan. I thought they'd be like really flavoursome or something with them. And they were kind of like Froot Loops, just kind of like little tiny flaky versions of them. I wasn't really a massive fan of it.
I kind of wish I got.
What do you think, Steve?
Anyone listening, we're just eating.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, I only brought the last little bit home, just as thought it'd be quite fun for the podcast. But I'll be honest, I'm not that much of a fan. They're not better than they're not even better than cornflakes, you know.
The problem is when you see these cereals on TV, you kind of get a bit iconic on them, didn't you? Like
iconic is the word, totally.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I've got to have them. But then when you have them, you're like.
Yeah, and I always feel like cheesy because I put a video just before about all my exploits of what I got up to in Canada, all the geeky things, and even going to a GameStop was like, you know, for everyone in America or Canada, it was like, well, we do that all the time, it's boring. But for us, it's like, oh, a GameStop. People talk about GameStop in like movies and podcasts and you know American YouTube videos, and then you go in there and it's like, yeah, it's just exactly what we've got. Like, it's game and HMV in one.
I'm so disappointed, yeah, because I went to one in America, and the first thing I wanted to do when I went to the mall, I wanted to check out Hot Topic and GameStop. And when I found a GameStop, it felt very barren in there. There wasn't much in there. And I'm like,
nothing.
Oh, I wasn't really. I was expecting like really loads of crazy like big stacked models and stuff like that. Kind of like game, but like better with a lot more stuff in it. And it was kind of. It wasn't. And I thought, well, I've got to buy something from GameStop when I was there. I didn't buy anything in the end.
No, I didn't. I was looking at Switch games. I was looking at Switch games. I was like, why am I looking at Switch games? I could look at Switch games at home, you know, and they were just like the same price or even more expensive. So I was like, well. I don't really
they're not cheap GameStop. They're kind of basically on par with us, I think, with that. But also, they haven't really got any American exclusives. No. If it was Japan, there is, or there's probably some.
They kind of lean more on things that you kind of can't get over here, but you can somewhere. Like there's a lot more GI Joe, for example, makes sense. And
yeah, of course,
and, the Dungeons and Dragons figures, not the cartoon ones, you know, the of the game. So they got more stuff like that, which was cool. And there was some, you know, but again, there's only so many places you can go where you see the same lounge fly bags, you know, and all that stuff. It's the same stuff you see in HMV.
It's like Pop figures, isn't it?
Yeah, Funko Pops, they're everywhere. And as soon as you see them, you go, oh, you kind of hard drop because you think, oh, it's another copy and paste place, you know. Sad, really, because our game on our high street is announced recently. It's closing down. It's got a big closing down sign on it.
Yeah. The one where I live as well. That just because the CEX was right next to not right next to game, literally next to it, which is mad. I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, same with us. Yeah.
Oh, and then like we went there one Saturday, and we're like, oh, it's gone. Not even closed down. It's gone. I'm like,
sad, isn't it?
Oh, okay. But then I don't know if you want to kind of. Well, actually, no, we don't do news article yet, but there is something mentioning about gaming the news.
Oh, right, I've not seen that yet, so I'm excited to look at it because our one is going into Sports Direct, as all the rest of them in the country have been doing.
Well, the way things are looking, it might not even be in there for very long.
Oh,
it's that bad.
Yeah, I just assume so. It makes no sense for them to be in Sports Direct. So at some point, you're just going to disappear and just be part, and they'll just have a little shelf somewhere because it makes no point. If it's because I think Sports Direct like own game now, I think that's how it works. So I think so, and it kind of makes sense where at some point you won't have employees through game. Sports Direct will just sell the stuff. You know
so someone will ring a bell and someone will come over from the trainer section and go, oh, you want a game? What's the game? Yeah. Oh, let me go and have a look.
Can I have a size 13 in these and a copy of Breath of the Wild, please?
Yeah.
It's just a weird pairing, innit? I don't really get it. I've never really got it. It makes no sense to me. But
No. If it was in a toy shop like Hamleys or something like that,
Smiths or something.
Yeah, old Smiths.
I'd even take WA Smiths. You know, I'd take WA Smiths, but WA Smiths has got a Toys R Us now. Yeah, which is weird. I went to a Toys R Us, so I don't know if you haven't watched this video because I've literally put it live before. We went to Toys R Us. It was a massive letdown.
Oh, was it?
we travelled. We kind of travelled the longest outside of where we were living.
Oh no, really? Did you really have to get away for it?
Well, it wasn't that long actually. It was only about half an hour to an hour or something. But,
I thought you were about to say like 2 hours. 2 hours away.
But I was one on the list to get to, and we were like, "Oh, we got to get there." And then it was. Do you know what it is mainly? It's because we've got Smiths, and Smiths has got probably more stuff.
Smiths is good. Like I never even heard of Smiths for a while, and then I went to a couple of big ones. They're good.
Yeah,
good
we've got one quite nearby, so that's basically like I get to go to that one, and actually a couple of them quite often. So I went to Toys R Us, and they just didn't have that much variety, and what the stuff they did have, I've seen in Smiths. And because I'm a bit of a Masters of the Universe fan, I was looking for like some of those figures, maybe because
some exclusives or something.
They get stuff over there in America. There's way more stuff that gets released, and it takes years, well, about a year or something to come over here. And there was like one figure they had, and it was one I got like 2 years ago, and I was like, "What?
Wow!" But did you try the bikes out and stuff and ride down the aisles and stuff?
Didn't see that. No. Actually, didn't see any bikes. No, I didn't do any of that. No, I bought some socks. I bought some Halloween 5 socks.
Okay.
And all of a sudden in the video, you're old when you go to Toys R Us, you pick up socks.
So sometimes Daddy, Daddy's picked up some like theme socks, and I go, "Oh, they're really nice." Yeah.
I know. It was sad. I had to go away with something, but then you saw that T-shirt I showed on the stream this morning, the Dunder Mifflin one, because I had to get something from Walmart. But anyway, apart from like, I've got my Canada cup today as well, my mug. I thought I'd use that for the stream. Been a nice big mug. Ooh. Very obsessed.
I've got my Starbucks one from England.
There you go. That's a nice Starbucks one.
It is actually.
I think I've got enough points on my Starbucks app to be able to get a free mug or something like that.
Was you able to use the app in Canada for points in UK?
Do you know what? I did not go to Starbucks in Canada.
Because you're all at Tim Hortons now.
I was obsessed with Tim Hortons.
And I was you weren't wearing a Tim Hortons T-shirt.
I was made up. I didn't go to Starbucks because I thought, while we're over there, like try and go to places that we don't get over here that much.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But I just ended up going to Tim Hortons. Just going there.
I went to one in Birmingham. It was really nice.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. A lot of people said they don't like it. I'm well into it. I love all the Timbits and I love all the donuts and all that. Because the first time I went, I went in Manchester and I didn't like it because I got a burger or something from there, and I didn't like that.
That's a random thing to get from there.
I didn't know what
the last thing I think of.
I didn't know it was all about donuts. I didn't know
you thought it was a fast food place.
Yeah, I thought it was like McDonald's, and then it was super cheap. I was saying this the other day, but like you buy a drink, a coffee or a tea, and a donut cost $1. Which is about like 70.
Yeah, as are not like that over here though.
No, it's not. It won't. I wonder if we go to. I want to see the one and go to the one in Manchester and see how much that one costs. But no.
And then out loud go, "It's not as good as the one in Canada."
Oh, I can say that now. I can say that now. I've got the blues though, because you come back from a big trip and you're just like, "Oh, I want to go back." You just can't stop saying, "I want to go back. I want to go back."
Me and Danielle, for the longest time after Japan, especially when for our coffee place of choice was Dota Coffee.
Dota Coffee, nice.
And that stays open till 11:30 at night. Yeah. So what we'd do is we'd do our day around, and then on the way back, there was a station before our one, a hotel. So we went and stood upstairs. We could overlook the street, and we got ourselves a coffee. So we finished our evening out having a coffee, and that was what we did every night. Oh. It was lovely. It was so good. And we keep going, I want to go back to Dota. I wish there was a Dota. It's that sort of thing for us.
We had a similar one with one called, I think it was called Square Coffee, which was a little franchise now a bit of places. But no, the best coffee shop we ever went to. Oh, what's the robot series called? The anime?
Robot series?
Yeah, the big robot series with all the big mechs. What are they called?
Gundam one.
The Gundam Cafe. Did you go to the Gundam Cafe?
No, we didn't. God, we went past it. Didn't go in there though.
Because you can get it's like a peep show thing. You get like logos in your phone. You can pick which like chocolate Gundam logo you want in your cappuccino.
Oh, we did a new Pokemon cafe. Which Pokemon do you want on your coffee?
Isn't it good? That's cool. It's a nice little bit. But the great thing about that cafe, well, it's a great thing. The weird thing, you go into the toilets, right, and they got this big red button. You're like, what's that? And you don't know if you press it because you go in the bathroom with a red button. You think, over here, press it, and you realise you're.
You need assistance. You fell over.
Exactly. You think it's going to be that.
I fell over.
But I went in there and pressed it because I was like, oh, I would press it. Then run out. All the lights went off, and then all these lights start flashing in there, and it was like a Gundam alarm. It was like a fun thing. And it was so cool.
Oh wow!
And then the toilet lit up all blue. It was like, this is the weirdest thing, but it was a cool little thing. I was like, I just run out and went, go and check the toilet out. It's amazing.
Out loud, run.
We had the Gundam Cafe in Tokyo. I need to go back to Japan as well. That's the thing. Traveling's amazing, apart from the planes. That's the only thing.
Yeah. I'm fine with traveling. Once I'm on the plane and we're going, you kind of get your mindset gets. Once you're like, an hour into the journey, you forget where you are really.
Yeah.
But is that build up and anticipation? Even I'm like that as well. I don't really like it.
No. I hate it taken off. I'm a bit like I'm the landing. They're the bits I get like stressy about in a weird way.
Yeah.
But once I'm in the air, it's fine. I also
you forget yourself, didn't you?
You kind of have to kind of like keep yourself company. You have to do things, to keep yourself your mind off it. So I had my Switch, my phone, and a big bag of Haribo, and I was just like watching stuff on like YouTube on my phone, which is saved, and just playing Switch, which we'll get into now because we'll get into like what we've been playing, I guess.
Good.
Because I played a ton of Echoes of Wisdom. Like I've got.
I need to go back to that. Yeah.
Where did you get up to now? Because I reckon I probably like where you are. Or
when you said on stream where you're up to, and I'm like, I can't remember where I'm up to. So I've got absolutely no idea.
I still haven't uncovered all the map.
Well, you don't need to complete the game.
No.
I think there's bits where you can you only discover it if you go there.
Yeah.
It's not needed. It's kind of like bonus kind of areas and stuff. So you don't need to unlock the entire map, apparently.
So I'm in the volcano section, which is the top right. Top left.
Top right.
That's all opened up now. It's like with a fire. I will say.
I think I've.
I mean, I've said this before. I'm enjoying the game immensely.
Yeah.
But because I'm playing so much of it, it's kind of like more than any other Zelda I've played. The formula is like so obvious and transparent.
Yeah, it's find a walk bit.
Yeah, go in the rift, clear the rift, and then you get
your friends out. Yeah, it's the same thing every time.
It's over and over again, the same thing, and I'm like, I kind of wish they'd hide this a bit better. So
some sort of story would kind of blend it in a little bit.
Just do something different in the middle of the game where it's not about this, where, I don't know, something else happens, a big story. I mean, there's a bit of that at the start. There's a bit of story development with the king and all that. But once you get past that, it's literally just do this, then that, do this, then that. And it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. I agree with that, totally.
And I enjoy it. I'm enjoying that process, but I do think, I don't want to say lazy. It's just, but I'm just getting. It feels a bit tedious. I'll say.
Yeah, because when I played it, I would play it in little bursts. Playing it for when I played it, I must have played about 2 hours max at one point. But after that, I'll just play little bursts of it because it's not the sort of game you could sit there at that morning and play all day long.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing.
Get bored, I feel.
I am. I'm kind of like that point where I just want to finish it now.
Yeah,
and I'm obviously liking it a lot to Link's Awakening because of the art style. But I think Link's Awakening, I mean, does this a hell of a lot better.
It does. No, it does. It does. I do prefer
and
that.
The menu system for, I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong, but even now I'm still copying echoes into your kind of database. Yeah. And loads of the ones I know I'll never need.
The amount that you get, you just never use.
Did you think you'd unlock something? You go, I need to use that for that, and you go, no, I'll still use beds to get across somewhere.
Beds is a massive thing.
Beds and water. Did you unlock the water cubes?
Yes, yeah.
As soon as you've got that, it feels like a cheat because you can get it to places that you can never get to before.
Oh yeah. I backtracked and got some hearts and stuff I couldn't get before.
Exactly.
With it. And the block. Have you got the block that moves across? You jump on it and it moves you across.
I don't know actually. I don't know if I've got that one.
Because that one that's mad. One where you got a load of jumps, you can literally make one in blocks, sit on that block, and get all the way across.
Oh, do you know what? That's insane, isn't it?
You're like,
what's the point? I wish there was like a favourite system in it where you can just
my
favourite a
god,
few.
finding your items.
Because you're constantly going right and left, aren't you? Because,
Yeah,
it moves, and I don't understand why it moves. Because I'm using the bed all the time. Why isn't the bed at the start? The bed's like
It's
then
meant
it
to
becomes at the
be
bottom.
well, when you gain a new one, it puts a new item at the front of the queue.
Yeah.
Which is not good because you want a frequently used section and then new ones.
Or star
but you don't
them.
always get that.
Let me star them. And then give me another menu or something that I cycle through the 10 favourites or something. But like it keeps adding to it, and I'm like, oh wait, because you get 2 beds at some point. I'm like, okay,
yes, you do. Yeah,
just put the beds on top of each other, and I can press up like an X menu or something like that. So we'll go to a bed and press up, and then it goes to the other bed. Let me do that.
The thing is, if you didn't get that many items, it'd be fine. But literally everything is Echo.
It's mad, isn't it? Because its main selling point or its main gimmick is the thing that kind of lets it down in the end.
Yeah,
because it's too many and they're just pointless. It's kind of cool that you can do that, but like once you get like the birds that you like, or like a few,
the bats. So once I get your and the birds with the money.
Yeah,
I use for the rupees. I use them all the time.
Yeah,
and I can do about 3 at the moment at once.
And you got really strong like enemies. As soon as you got those, I mean, it's like it destroys the kind of game, the gimmick, because you don't need to go in to fight things because you'll just you'll sit at the side while the enemies, your echoes fight it, and you're just sitting off doing nothing.
Yeah, I literally just set a load in, and I was just like behind the wall, just watching.
Exactly. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I think like because you can turn into like the super version of yourself. I can't remember what it's called. When you go with blue and you can use your sword and you got a bow and arrow as well.
Oh, you can turn into like Link and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like Link, isn't it?
You turn into like a spiritual version of Link. Yeah, I found that was the best thing for bosses because you get to a boss and you use the other items, but if you know you can do attack, just go into Link and then go crazy. And
you can
really have a lot of damage.
Some of the bosses are really cool, actually.
The bosses are really fun.
I mean, Zelda's always been like that, isn't it? It's always got some creative bosses. So I'm always kind of looking forward to that. Like I can't. Actually, I'm in the volcano dungeon. And someone was telling me I'm quite near the end. I think I've got this one and another dungeon, and I've got a feeling it's just going to make it like the last dungeon after that.
Yeah, I can't honestly remember.
But I'm actually shocked that like if I get through this game and some of the maps not uncovered and I've beat the game, because that's going to feel a bit weird. I wonder if it's going to like let me still play afterwards. But I want to get it done because I'm enjoying it, but I kind of feel like I need to.
You're neglecting.
I don't want to finish. I don't want to kind of move away and then I'm never going to be able to finish it because I'll forget what it was.
I've just done that. I've been off it for ages. I've played loads of other games, and I'm like, what was I doing on it? And I've actually forgotten to go back to it for the longest time
because I really want to get back to Hades, which I left a long time ago, and I'm thinking I'm hoping I can just jump back into it and don't have to restart it because
especially number 2 coming out.
Hades 2 is going to be exclusive on Switch 2, isn't it, for a while? So that's kind of one of the reasons I want to jump on that. So I played that, and I wanted to talk about another game I've just started playing, but I think I'll let you talk about that because you started playing before me.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, only like 1 week before it, which is really weird because I didn't know you were playing it.
Yeah, how does this work out?
Yeah, so basically, so my game I've been playing mostly on. Well, I play on Tuesdays at the moment. It's Tuesdays because I completed Tomb Raider finally.
Did you start playing it the same day as me or the week before?
Last week I played it.
Oh, that's mad. I must have missed that. Oh, obviously I was away, so...
Well, you was in Canada, living it up. He was in Tim Milton's going, way, and coffee's everywhere.
Apple frizz.
Oh, yeah. Because I've started the GBGG 100. I'm good at that now. I already did the first game I played was Mario Land, because that's an easy one.
Nice. Did you beat that in one go, like really quickly?
Yeah, I probably lost about 3 lives.
Yeah.
But I literally did it in like 25 minutes, maybe less than that. And
I kind of wish it was longer.
I do. I love it, and because I get to that last bit, and you go, it's the alien. And you go, oh, I'm this bit already. Oh, yeah, bugger. Okay.
And then you get that amazing music for the outro, and you're like, oh,
I love it.
God, I love that game. I love that game so much.
So actually, I finished that the previous week. So I went on to do the next game, and I got a few in my list I want to do, but. Danny keeps saying to me, you need to play Donkey Kong, 94, which we'll get into that in a minute. Yeah. Because I used a Super Game Boy, and because I recently got a Super Game Boy 2, I thought, that'd be good because it uses its own theme.
The border, yeah.
And the border is the arcade unit, so good. Which looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Really good. And you can only get it, and also it's full colour, which you don't really realise that you're going. It's not even a Game Boy Color game. It is an original Game Boy game.
Yeah.
So I played that last week, And I wasn't sure because I knew about the first few. Unfortunately, I already knew what it was like because Daddy told me a long time ago. Because I'm playing her original copy.
Oh, nice.
I've even got the box for it as well somewhere. I think for that one. But anyway, so we started playing.
This one.
Have you got it as well?
I've got it as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
wicked.
good. Such a nice artwork.
Box,
but I had the same for years. Like I thought it was just a arcade game for the longest time.
I thought it was like an arcade classics or something, that sort of thing. So because I did get Daddy said to me, "You'll play. It's like a platformer." I was like, "Okay." So I played for a few levels, and once you unlock it to the main game, and I thought I'll give it a go. And this is one game for a while I've kind of said to chat, don't help me with this unless I'm really desperate because I'm really enjoying. Well, I think you might agree that it's really satisfying once you work it out. You look at his level, there's things going this way, that way, and you're like, what do I do here?
I was saying today, and I know it's a completely different game, but I'm getting the same feeling I got from playing Kickle Cubicle on the NES, where it starts introducing new mechanics along the way, and normally you think you get overwhelmed by it, and you go, how the hell am I going to do this? And then 5 minutes in, you're like, do this, do that, do this, do this, do this. And it feels amazing. You feel like you're a scientist or something.
Oh, yeah, especially when you work it out. And that thing is, for me, I'm obsessed with getting all the free items in the level.
No, as soon as you told me that today on streams, like, Steve, you do that, you get a bonus level. I have to do it now.
Yeah, I know. That's
because I'm rubbish at games, so I need the lives. I really need the lives. Otherwise, I would have game overed so much today.
It's a one bit, especially when you're trying to work out a level and you're dying a lot working it out.
Yeah.
And
so I was saying this today. It's one of those games that when you pause the game because you want to work out what's going on.
I hate that. As soon as I did the same thing. Yeah.
You pause the game and it goes to a pause screen, and it's an amazing pause screen with Mario standing there.
Oh, it's great. It's all like this, and it's
lovely, brilliant, cool artwork. But it covers the whole screen, so you can't see the actual game, and it's so annoying. But then someone in chat told me, "Oh, Steve, why don't you try the if you put click on the ladder thing, then it's like an exploit."
It's no timer; it just stays there till you place it.
Absolutely, but I wonder if they forgot about that because that's like a really good exploit.
Yeah, I think so. But not every level always has them. But but the more levels, it introduces more mechanics. There's more things to do, and they've been coming up quite a lot. So you're probably all right with that.
It's kind of a longish game, isn't it? That's longer than I thought.
It's meant to be like 100 levels.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I'm playing for a while then.
Well, but then but think of it as per level, not stages, but levels, because you've got I know I said I'm up to stage 5. It don't seem that far. But remember, there's like, I don't know.
Add more stages. And this stage, I'm on the second one, and it's probably got about double the stages that were on the first one.
Yeah.
It felt like that. And it was more bosses, like 3 bosses instead of 2.
And then when you save, you can save at the midpoint where you go against Donkey Kong in the first part.
It's weird the way it's got. The menu system has a save. What happens if you save there before going to a boss?
It just saves wherever the previous boss you've beaten, and it saves your lives. You don't continue from that point, because I actually asked about it and I tested it just to make sure. So I completed a level after Donkey Kong, after the midway point. And because I know it was only a little bit, and I closed it, did the save and exit, went back in, and no, it went back to the it was like before, like it was on Donkey basically before the next level.
I guess we should explain what this game is like then, because everyone's saying, "Oh, Donkey Kong."
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
So it starts off like the arcade version of Donkey Kong, where you're just going up all the ramps, and
it's literally the first 5 levels of the arcade,
and you're thinking, "Oh, that's what it is." But after that, basically, it becomes it opens up on like a world map. It's got a world map with different stages, and it basically becomes like a puzzle game where you got to find a key essentially and put it in the lock, and then chase Donkey Kong through all these other stages. And halfway through each like map, or like every now and again, you face Donkey Kong in like a boss fight in like really interesting, fun ways. Because at first I was like, how the hell can they do this to the boss? Because I can't remember the first boss. It was just did they just have to climb the ladder? I didn't know how to do it.
You actually just basically get up to Pauline, and that was it, wasn't it?
I thought it was single screen for the most part. And
I did the exact same thing. You're on there, all these things are falling, aren't you? You're dodging them, and I'm like, I can't get any higher.
And I'm thinking,
how am I going to get there?
Am I supposed to catch something or something? Yeah, and you're like, no.
I was waiting for something to fall and throw it, and someone just said, just go left. And I went, I am left. No, go left. And I went, oh, yeah.
It needed a signpost in there. I don't think he'd ever do something like that nowadays. He'd have an arrow or something pointing that way or something to go that way.
Yeah, because that sort of game from the original arcade is quite the mindset of a single screen.
Yeah, that's it. You're stuck
You
in that
don't
world.
see past that, do you?
Yeah.
First of all,
I mean, it's a bit iffy in some places because he's throwing those barrels down or whatever, and they're going past the screen. Then there's another boss we fight in when he throws barrels down, and you can pick those ones up and hit him with. So that was a bit like, okay, like it's a bit like, you know, all over the place in terms of like what the mechanics in that way, but it does keep it interesting.
Yeah, the things I didn't pay attention to, which you did, but I didn't straight away, is the scene, like the kind of like the cut scenes before next level, is literally showing you the next mechanic you can do.
Yeah,
and I didn't know about certain ones. I got really stuck on one bit, and someone just said, "Look, you know, I know you don't know what else, but you know you can do this." And I went, "Can I?" And I didn't. I wouldn't have known because I didn't pay attention to the opening scene. So always, whenever you complete a level, focus on that.
Yeah,
to make
exactly.
Sure
For the longest time, I couldn't use the Switch because it didn't tell me what button to use. So it showed me what you can use a Switch, but it doesn't tell you hold the button down and press and go forward.
Guess that I didn't. Yeah,
it took me ages. I was thinking, have I got to throw something at it?
To knock the Switch. Yeah,
hold the button, and it was just, you know, it's so annoying because you only got 2 buttons in the whole game, and that was like.
I know. So how much can I do? 2 buttons, but
it's got really clever, really quickly. And I was like, oh no, how hard is it going to get?
I know, I'm getting worried because it was coming over a little bit tricky, but once you kind of worked it out, but even if you can't get to the next Donkey Kong stage, if you work that level out, or the few levels leading up to it, it won't be too bad to replay them because you go, right, I know what to do.
You remember them, yeah.
You don't waste no time. You get on with it, you know.
I love games like this, though. It's just nice to play one of these now and again, I think. And is this the only one? So they brought a new one out on Switch, didn't they? Was any of these, did they bring a sequel out?
So originally, Donkey Kong versus Mario versus Donkey Kong, or Donkey versus Mario. Originally, it was on Game Boy Advance. Then they re-released it and did it all up for the Switch. Because it basically, that's what that game is. A remake of the Game Boy Advance game.
Okay.
It's lit. And then I also brought out one on the DS, but I don't know if that's slightly different with that one because you've got the little
so is it similar
Marios.
Because it's got the key stuff in it, isn't
it? It's not the same as how we're playing it because I know what we're playing. But what's different with this one is that you've got the somersault mechanics. You've got to pick up the key. So certain elements they've basically nicked from this and put into the Donkey Kong versus Mario versus Donkey Kong, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They basically add elements to it. So it's not the exact same game, but it's basically it's almost like a spiritual successor, even though it's like licensed Nintendo. That makes sense. It kind of feels like that.
Nice. Because I want to pick up that Switch one, I think, at some point.
I do now. Because I don't know about you, but you kind of kicking yourself thinking, why didn't I play this when I was younger? I would have loved this. I would have absolutely loved.
I mean, I like the arcade game as well. I thought, well, I've got the arcade game on like every format. I don't need this.
You don't need it. Yeah.
I've had that game for ages. I remember picking it up at Play Expo before I even started streaming.
Oh wow!
It just went on the shelf. Bought it for £10, which is probably not £10 now.
Wow, it might be £10 now with the box. Blimey.
Exactly. I remember asking them, going, "Is that box a repro or was it real?" It was real. But that was going back like 10 years ago. So now you'd be
I don't know what she goes for now. But and Danny's one, she's had, since I've been with her, and I've never wanted to play it once. I'm like, it's just Donkey Kong. It's the arcade game. Not fussed about that. So, so I was like,
what's the next Game Boy game for you after this?
It's going to be Balloon Kid.
Oh,
it's my favourite Game Boy game, but I've never actually completed it because it has no continues. Once you run out of lives, back to the beginning.
So you got to learn it.
So you got to learn it really well, and there's elements in that game where because it's a constantly scroll. I don't think you would like it. It's a constantly scrolling game. Auto scroller or whatever.
Can you pause it?
Yeah, you can pause it. Yeah.
I don't like that when everyone's chatting. You're like, oh yeah.
I
hate that.
The only problem is there's bits of elements in it where you got like weather conditions with lightning or like sparks of lightning, and it's instant deaths.
Oh.
There's no and you have got 2 large two balloons.
Yeah.
But if you get hit, but you got your balloons, you instantly die.
This was on the NES. Was it on the NES?
On the NES it's called Balloon Fight. But basically, it's more of a multiplayer game. This is a single player of it.
On the NES, was it an early NES one with the black label?
Yeah, it was a black box.
So it was arcade kind of one, wasn't it? Because all those were kind of arcadey games.
But what they did with this one, they basically turned it into a platform, turned it into a single player game.
Is it doable then to beat, do you think?
Yeah, I've seen someone else do it. I've seen someone else do it before on stream
Because
a long
sometimes
time
when they're like
ago.
an arcade game, I feel like they're just demonstrably hard, and they're just designed to get high scores and things, but not
Well,
really to beat.
oh yeah, with this one though, because the first early levels I can do really easily.
Oh, because you
I
played them
can
so much.
actually ace them and get a ton of lives. It's only when I get to that later point in the game where I don't know it that well, and I'll start
Yeah.
losing lives quite rapidly.
Do you go against bosses and things like that, or is it literally
Yes, there's
just a
bosses
run?
after
Cool.
each level, and the
Nice.
music, you would love the music in the game. I think it's my favourite music Game Boy game. So that one I want to do next. I've got a whole list of different ones to do, but I don't know how it happened to be that I chose Donkey Kong next,
That's
and
mad,
that's what
isn't
you
it?
had.
Well, because for a
We
good
didn't even talk
while,
about it.
for a good while before it was even announced on the Nintendo Switch Online, I've
Yeah.
been talking to Happy Inadequate Coder, and I think I mentioned it on stream about that game and said, "Oh, by the way, that Donkey Kong game, it goes into something else," and they're just talking about that, how interesting that was. And he went off and played it and went, "Oh God, that's so good! He loves it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to play it at some point." And it was just like because of playing Tomb Raider and everything got in the way. And when I came back, when I was away, I was thinking, "Oh, I kind of want to move to Crash Bandicoot soon, the new
Yeah,
version."
you would
But
love that.
I'm
Yeah.
dying to play it. But I was thinking I want a Game Boy game in between or another game in between.
And you chose the smallest Game Boy game to play.
I think I read on how long to beat. It was like 2 hours. But
Yeah,
then
when you said that to me, I went, I've done 2
yeah,
streams on it,
I
and I'm still
know.
going.
I think I didn't
You have
look
to
at
be
the
really good
casual
at it.
play. I think I must have looked at like when you know the whole game inside out or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I'll be honest though, it's a bit of a gem, so I'm happy to play it.
And you can save it. It's not like you got to keep
No.
starting over from scratch. You can save it and work your way
Yeah,
through
and
it.
they can do you can do predictions on your channel. Say we'll get to the next save point and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's quite nice to have. Because today I was like 5-1, which I stopped at 1, and I was just about to beat the boss. I was like, oh, that's really good timing. You know what I mean? I don't want to stop
Yeah.
the stream when I have a few levels before the boss or whatever, or the end of the stage, because that'd be so annoying.
Yeah,
Having to redo them. But so that was kind of nice for when I go back and kind of restart. So you're only doing that on Tuesdays?
I'm doing it on Tuesdays, yeah, because that was replacing Tomb Raider, so I'm doing the Game Boy.
Isn't it mad? Because we both did Tomb Raider and Donkey
Yeah,
Kong.
I know.
Well, at least we've got loads to talk about. Hey, you know what else we've got to talk about? The Switch 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that thing. Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. Yeah.
I saw your video of Danny's experience at the Switch 2 experience.
Yes.
I thought it was a brilliant video, by the way. I'll link it below. You should go and watch it. It's about an hour. At first, when I saw an hour, I went, God, an hour? You got a whole hour? And I was like, and then it was just brilliant. Because I didn't know what you were going to do.
Yeah, because originally with the video, thing is though, like Danny was wary about what he could film. Because it's funny how the amount of people that got stuff on YouTube shouldn't have filmed that much stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they shouldn't have.
Oh, they're not allowed to bring. I know this. They're not allowed to bring in proper cameras. But you can use your phone. That's it.
But things, so bits like that.
Did she have the Osmo? Did she have the Osmo camera with it?
She didn't take it. She was worried it was going to get taken off of her and stuff,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I thought about it and I thought, well, to be honest, I'm more focused on what she thinks of it, not because there's plenty of source online of people playing it, what the games look like, and all that stuff. And also looking at a game off of, I know when the direct's different, but when you're watching someone play on a handheld, you're not really experiencing what it looks like, be that as impressed anyway. So, and I thought, well, why don't we do it like an interview? And then and even Danny, because she's taking it really seriously, she even wrote some notes down while she was in the venue. So I said to her, can you remember bits of that? Yep, I've got a whole load of notes here on my phone and stuff. So yeah, I wanted it to be more of what did she think of it,
Honestly, when I was away,
user,
I watched a ton of videos because I was so excited to see what people thought about it, of people going to these events.
Yeah.
And once you've seen one of those, you'd seen them all, because you all pretty much did the same thing with it at the event, and then they showed you all the games. I thought yours was the best, honestly. The way you sat down and went through every game, every little bit of it, was way more interesting. Honestly, way more interesting. It got me really excited about all the stuff.
Oh,
it was so good.
Because at the end of the day, because I want opinions from gamers like us who play that stuff. I don't want you don't always want someone who is
But you got
paid to
both. You
promote
got both
it.
opinions. You got yours from
Yeah.
reacting to it and like filling in the gaps that maybe she didn't know or whatever, and then her opinion about what she had firsthand. It was good. It was kind of getting
Because we
two opinions going
literally
on.
just filmed it there and then. We didn't like stuff she was telling me. If I sounded extra surprised, I actually was, because it's the first time hearing it. Because all the way to get to the next bit where we're going to film the hotel and that, I was like, I'm trying not to ask her. I want to ask her everything.
Yeah,
Like,
I was thinking that.
What about this? What about this? And she
Because
went,
because there was one bit I think right at the start. So you go, I'm going to ask you this now, even though I've asked you that before, and I was laughing because I know exactly how you feel. Because you'd be you'd want to know everything, wouldn't you, straight away, by being a big kid and all that. So after that, like, was she super excited after the fact of doing the whole thing, and even after the video? Now she's still excited about the whole event.
Oh yeah. She's just excited with it, and yeah, she was a bit. Yeah, she wasn't quite sure. She was excited for it, but then also she's coming back from a user who's only ever had, like myself, really. We've only got the original Switch. We don't have the OLED. We've only got the original one. So
same.
that's and she plays a lot more handheld than she plays in the dock.
Yeah, me too. I would say I'm 90% that. I think I only play it in docked when I'm streaming. That's it.
Oh yeah, well I play it docked when it's downstairs on my monitor, or ironically at my computer desk, just because it's quite kind of nice. But I'm still looking at a smaller screen rather on the bigger screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of like and it was the thing that surprised me the most, that I wasn't, and the one thing I really wanted her opinion on was playing Metroid Prime or things using the mouse control. Now, Danny's not a PC gamer whatsoever, so she doesn't play with mouse and keyboard. She kind of gets a bit like mud. She wants to use a controller.
Yeah, I get it.
You know. So the first time I asked her when we did get the Metroid Prime, she said, "What was it like the mouse? Did you like go? Oh, don't like it?" And we hear in the video that she really liked it.
It was intuitive enough. I'm the same with that, because I don't play games with the mouses. Really, I'm more of a console gamer, so I'm the same. So it sounded like it was intuitive enough. You know. Very excited.
It worked really well. So come out from it. She was, and also she thought she'd only be there for a little while. She was there for the full 4 hours.
I know, 4 hours. I didn't know it was that long, to be honest.
Well, she said 2 hours originally, but then the thing that was also nice about it, even though like you think it's bad because everyone, you want everyone to try it. It was very nice it being an invite only, because it wasn't crowded. It wasn't like you go to an expo and there's like booths, we can't focus on it. She says she felt very relaxed the entire time.
Oh, it's all right.
What's that? Oh, I thought it was saying I dropped then. What's happened?
Weirdly enough, it was a Switch a Switch stand that just fell off.
It's sad because you're talking about Switch 2.
It just jumped off. Bye, Dad. You'll never hear from me again. Bye.
The spirits of the Switch. Woo.
Oh God, go on.
And so
because I remember going to like one of the expos years ago to play a bunch of the games on Switch, and the queues for them were crazy. Oh God, the queue for Mario. What was the last Mario game? Not Wonder. Odyssey. Yeah, the queue for Odyssey. A queue there all day, pretty much.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I said to her, if you can only get into like 3 games or 2 games, focus on the ones you watch. I reckon do Metroid and Donkey Kong. Right, that was all we were going to go for. And then she messaged me when she was still in there. Right, I played this. And I was like, wow, okay. There were some other bits that are not in the video because there wasn't really much to add on it. But I will say she did try. She also tried Soul Calibur, the GameCube setup. Nice, she says it looked great.
Did it have the new GameCube controller then? I guess it would have, wouldn't it?
Yeah, she used a GameCube controller. Yeah, it felt like a GameCube controller.
Nice.
There wasn't really much else about it, really, but it's good.
Was it a bit smaller than normal, or do you know?
No, literally same size as an original one. But to be fair, all them range of controllers are literally identical as normal controllers.
I want them all.
That was good. They were, She tried that. She also tried Breath of the Wild with all the patches and the updates on it and stuff.
Did she notice anything like about it?
She said it looked really nice, run really well, but she didn't really.
I was going to say it's been a while since I've looked at Breath of the Wild.
That's the thing. She hasn't played it for a while, so she couldn't really go, "Oh wow, this was better. This was better." Again, that's why we didn't really added it in because it wasn't really.
The thing with Breath of the Wild, I mean, people are going to get the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know if I go back to it because I put so many hours into it and I love my whole time with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could go back. Where Tears of the Kingdom, I'm definitely going to go back.
That same, because I only played a little bit into Tears of Kingdom, and I won't continue anymore now till Switch 2 comes out.
I'm hoping if you just continue from where you are with the. I mean, that's got to be. You've got to do that. Haven't you? You can't just you can't wipe your save.
Well, you transfer over your profile from your old Switch to your new one. So assume you got and saves are on the cartridge, and there's bits on. Oh no, so saves are on the cloud or whatever. So there shouldn't be no reason why not to.
It'll carry over, yeah. That's it. I mean, I could start again. I didn't put that many hours into it, but enough to kind of be.
Well, yeah, I'm the same. Enough that I don't really want to start over.
Yeah, because I just got to the bit where it opened up the whole world, if you know what I mean. And I'm like,
I
want to do all that pre stuff again. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. But okay, we get into pre-orders then. So after that, because while I was away in Canada, God, the pre-order stuff was a fiasco because suddenly Canada and America, all the pre-orders were shut down. Where ours started to open up even before it kind of went live on Nintendo website.
Got stories of that as well.
It was live on Amazon and or loads of other shops and all that. And I was stressing out, thinking I don't know if I'm going to get a pre-order here because my brother's texting me saying it's going to sell out everywhere. It's going to sell out everywhere. And he managed to get one from Smith's, but he had to go in to Smith's and pre-order it in person.
Ooh,
he had to go in there because he weren't doing it on the website. You have to go in there and give a deposit or something like that. And
that's old school, isn't it? Blimey.
That's very old school. I think it was to stop scalpers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But weirdly enough, we were on the train going to Niagara Falls, just about to get off, and then I was looking at a newspaper website. I don't know what it was, and he said, "Oh, Smiths are now doing them online. They've just got some in, and they're doing the pre-orders online." So we jumped on that because I didn't get an email from Nintendo, by the way.
Apparently, I think I know why. It's someone else did, but I think did you do the option? It says register your interest. You might, then before they come up with things that says register your interest, and it would send you emails about the item later on.
I mustn't have done that. I didn't see it.
I didn't do that either, and that's why we didn't get an email. I don't think that might be because it sort of didn't work out because Danny didn't get one, I didn't get one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll let you continue your pre-order. I'll say.
But I was just about to get off the train to go to Niagara Falls, and I was able to get on the Smith website, and then I want to get a physical copy of Mario Kart, even though it's abominable, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you can't pre-order two things at once. You can only pre-order one thing on your account, which is the most stupidest thing ever.
What? That makes no sense.
There, on the train Wi-Fi, I'm this. So I pre-ordered the Switch too, and then Lindsay got on and pre-ordered the game. So you have to make an account to do that. So we both. Then I was just I was getting off the train going and breathe.
Yeah.
I think. And me and you are the only ones I know, right, apart from my brother and a couple of people I know who've actually pre-ordered. Everyone else is waiting until Christmas.
Yeah, I know. It was wait. And
I've had people say don't pre-order it, get the next model of it or whatever. And I'm like, they won't bring an OLED one out for 4 years. Yeah. And it's going to be expensive. The next model they bring out was a Switch 2 Lite or something. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like a mobile. Don't get the iPhone 25 and then what one do you wait for?
Exactly. Because I know what the argument was for someone saying about saying that my Switch 1's battery life is a bit rubbish, and it is a bit rubbish. I've got a nice battery pack for it now, which is great. But I have had that since day one. You know what I mean? It's a day one Switch. So I'm happy the fact that I've had so many hours out of it. That just goes to show how many times I've used it. So, but this time round, I think halfway through, I probably will invest in the next model.
Yeah,
it depends what the lineup of games going along. So yeah, let me know about what happened with you and your pre-order.
So that was a fiasco. So first of all, me and Danny went right. Let's pre-order because we're only gonna order one Switch to share, literally like we did with the first Switch because we couldn't afford to buy both. So we share it because we won't be playing it at the same time for a long time anyway in the early stages. So. So I'll wait till the store Nintendo to get it off from. It weren't available till the 8th, I think, 8th or 9th.
Yeah.
And I went, okay. But then I looked online, Amazon are doing it, Game are doing it, I don't know, every retailer in the existence are doing it way early. And I went on all the websites, every single one, all sold out.
Yeah.
Every single
and
one.
Amazon was doing that thing where you had to register your interest, and then I did that, by the way, and he sent me an email. I was like, yes, and he went, oh, I'm sorry, but you can't order one. I was like, what? Why send me that email?
They sent an email anyway. Okay. Oh, so yeah, nothing on there. Absolutely nothing. And then even like Nutty said, "Oh, John Lewis had got some available." I literally clicked it after he sent it to me. Sold out.
Yeah.
And all that lot. So we were kind of like, we was literally at that point going, "Oh well, we're not getting one for a while." And Danny was miffed because she's off for the summer holiday, Easter break for 2 weeks. She was off on the Monday when it first went live on pre-order on the Nintendo store. Yeah. Didn't get an email, nothing about no invite. I didn't get nothing at all from Nintendo whatsoever. And there was no way, there was nothing to click to go into a pre-order process whatsoever. So we kind of just gave up, right?
Yeah.
So we went, that's it, we're not getting one for a while. Then like Nutty, by the way, when I refer to Nutty Jawa is a member of the community and stuff, and he pre-ordered his one, and he was telling me on Discord, oh, I pre-ordered the GameCube controller on Nintendo's site, and I went, okay then, I'll pre-order that anyway. I'll get that pre-ordered. At least I'll have that, and then I'll get the Switch. Right?
I couldn't even do that.
Well, that's the thing. I went on there. First of all, I was put into a virtual queue on the website. And then they had a little Mario run across the screen, and it said you're number 5 in the queue. And I was like, blimey. And then it came up and said put your email address in and your login. So I put that in. All of a sudden, and then took me to another. It sent me a link straight after that, link back to the website. It's really weird setup. So it then took me back to Nintendo's website, and there was a GameCube controller with a pre-order big button.
Oh yeah.
So I clicked the pre-order button. Brilliant. But then it said there might be other things you're interested in. Scroll down, Switch 2.
What?
I was like,
that's not what I saw. Yeah.
So I scrolled down. I could pre-order all of the accessories.
Wait a minute.
All the games. The Switch 2, both bundles.
Wait a minute. You were able... Wait, whoa. I thought you meant like it just like it wasn't that you would get the GameCube controller, but it was going to cycle around. But it was actually it allowed you to get in there, and
as soon as I got in, it was almost like I got into this other part of the website when I went to pre-order the GameCube controller. As I clicked pre-order, it said other things you might be interested in, or something like that. And then I was with Danielle downstairs, and I went to her, Danny, I think I can pre-order, and she went, oh god, panic. You know, like the scene in The Office.
Yeah.
Where
it's happening.
It's happening. Yes. So yeah, I went, right, what do we go for? And I'm all like panicking with Danielle. I went, she went the one with the Mario, because I want physical, but it's £30 cheaper.
It is cheaper.
Money is a bit.
It's cheaper. It is.
Later on down the line, I probably will end up getting a physical copy of the game because I need to. But
yeah.
Anyway, so we went for the Mario Kart World bundle, the GameCube controller, which was the original reason, the camera.
Oh, which camera?
Oh, well, first of all, again, when I couldn't get the Switch 2, I pre-ordered the Hori Piranha Plant one from Smith's Toys.
Oh,
It was like £35. I was like, I'll get that one. Because Danny loves anything Piranha Plant. She's got the Lego. She's got a couple of little figures. She's started building a Piranha Plant like collection out of nowhere. So I would get that one. And then we read up about it's only like 320, 360 or something. No, 480.
Yeah.
480? I think it's 480.
The screen.
And then the new one was... Oh, you got some pictures of it there, yeah. Oh, it's still black screen.
Oh, it's a black screen? Oh,
yeah.
I wonder why.
I think you had to disable it and re-enable it, and it worked.
Yeah, weird. I don't know why.
It's a bit annoying it does that.
There you go, is that right?
Yep, I see it now. Yeah, so... so we went to sort out that. So we went for that particular bundle, which actually, even though it looks a lot more money, it was cheaper than buying the game separately.
It is. If you look, it's actually... only like 35. Is that £35 on top of it for just Mario Kart there?
Yeah, basically. So you basically got the game for 30 quid or whatever it was.
That's insane, isn't it? Yeah. I feel
we didn't get a micro SD card because I know it has to use an express one, but you don't need it immediately.
No. What's the onboard memory of the Switch 2? I can't remember.
Oh, 256.
Is it? I was thinking that. I think it'll be all right day one. I think it'll be all right unless like Mario Kart takes up like a hell of a lot.
Yeah,
because it's going to be pre-installed, isn't it?
And the rest will be reserved for the OS.
Yeah.
So we did that. So we got that. We got the. So yeah, we ordered Piranha Plant camera, but then I thought I wanted to get the other camera really.
Yeah.
So we So there you go. Yeah. So I went for that one. But the only nice thing, the one that I find really fun about the Piranha Plant one, because it comes out of the pot.
Design's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, did you see what you can do with it? You can take
you put it on
it
top
out
of
of the
Switch
pot,
too, yeah.
and you plug it in top of the Switch.
Yeah.
And I thought that's well fun. And then when you want the camera off, you close it.
This should be the main camera.
I don't understand why they didn't promote this as a main camera.
So what did you do? Did you not go for this one and go for the other one instead because of what you're going to say?
Went for both.
What?
Well, one I bought for Danielle. Danny's buying the other one. So
okay, fair enough.
So and also we were thinking, well, when I get a Switch, one of us gets another Switch. We're on camera then.
It's the fact that it's 480p.
I know. Do you know what? You know what I can see was going to happen? I could see someone getting this day one and modifying it and getting the other,
putting the other one inside it,
putting it inside that one.
Yeah, that's a good way. The thing is about the camera as well, because the use case of it at the moment is like, you know, Jamboree, Mario Party Jamboree. If you're not going to get Mario Party Jamboree and you're just going to use it for game chat, the little icons and things at the bottom where your camera is, it's so small, and you've seen the resolution of it anyway. Like when you're watching, like it's like 480 anyway.
That's the thing. We don't know. That's the thing. It might not make that much of a difference.
The frame rate's crazy for those little clips at the bottom. For like if you see them,
they
never look that great.
Preview.
So this camera might not actually matter at being that high res. It might matter more in Jamboree.
The thing I was worried about was because obviously, when you go out 4 people, you can pick up the 4 people in the room on the camera. I still don't know how that's going to work, but whatever.
I saw a video of someone doing that when I was checking it out, and it didn't work that well. Not the way they show it off in the direct. Because I think I've said that to you when we were doing, the Canada Chaos podcast, going through it. I was saying like I don't know how well that's going to work in real life, because the way they show it off in the direct is an amazingly lit room, and it's all like, it's kind of a lot of fakery. There's smoke and mirrors because there's an
like that perfect room, and it's like when the room perfect for VR and stuff ain't connect.
No one's got perfect lighting and perfect shaped room. I mean, we've had the same issue with like when you were doing like iToy and all that stuff years ago. Yeah. And it had issues when I was watching someone do it. He had issues with just trying to capture him and put him in place, even though he was doing all the things. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to use it for that anyway. I think I would mostly use it for the game chat stuff, and I love the feature they got in Mario Kart, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say, because
that's a cool feature, but I still don't know. I haven't seen anywhere where you need like high res camera. So to be honest, this might be just okay if you kind of like if you prefer it aesthetically. I'm kind of saying, because I'm in between of like getting this one or the other one. Well, actually, I probably want the other one because it's not that much more expensive for a higher rate, but it's also just.
And that one's more fun though. That's the problem, because the other one, it's just very like standard look, and also when you don't want the camera to be visible, like the little slider, literally mouth closes.
Exactly. And that's such cool. And this one's just so basic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just a better quality, but also I don't know. It's kind of supposed to look a bit more sleek for your living room, I guess. With the other one looks like for a bedroom.
That's it. The thing is, I think it's probably because if they're having it in the living room in a family house, they don't want this big bright colour thing there. They might want it to blend in with the house.
But wouldn't it be great if you had this and you could add like the piranha like as a suit to it? You know, you can add different kind of like mods.
Someone's clearly going to do some 3D printing, aren't they?
Oh, God, that's a good idea. Someone could do that for these ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the difference is what? Is it 35 and 50? So it's like £15 difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm more compelled to get that one, I guess. But I think the other one looks way better. And but I think it's like that £35 for that one, though. That's actually a bit of a bargain. I just wish it was just a better camera. Just the fact that
I know. That's probably the only reason why I got a bit cheaper, I guess, didn't they?
So you got one Switch.
We've got one. Yeah, that's the thing. We've got one, and also because we're able to get these bits because we're sharing the price of everything, so everything's halved.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Mario Kart World, the Piranha Plant camera, the standard camera,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I pre-ordered that one. So really, look at my
and GameCube. That's it.
I'm very lucky because my wife is getting me the Switch for my birthday as a birthday present, a extravagant birthday present, but I've wanted forever. But I pre-ordered Donkey Kong Bonanza myself because for me, they're the only two games. I mean, they're the only two games, really, aren't they, that have kind of been properly announced, like especially first party.
Prime's not out for a little while yet, but it's out this year, though.
It's out this year.
So, yeah,
and there are other games like Cyberpunk I actually want to get.
Yeah.
But I don't know what date that's coming out and how much is that going to be. And I love the fact that CD Projekt Red, as I said, the whole game is going to be on the cartridge, like in The Witcher 3.
That's a big deal.
I'm compelled to get that because I think that'll be a good deal to have the whole game of that on there. But yeah, I think I'll be happy with Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. I wish Donkey Kong Bonanza was day one. It's like a couple.
I'm very shocked that it isn't because I thought they would have a platform out ready for day one.
Yeah,
even though they,
it kind of feels like they needed to have a single player game, but it's, because Mario Kart is it's mostly multiplayer, isn't it? It's a multiplayer game.
Yeah,
and I know you can go and play Zeldas and all that, but they're not Switch 2 games.
Even no, you would have played the new game on the new system. Yeah, really.
I am compelled to. I want to get Kirby. I
love that game. It's so good.
I've been looking at it in like shops, thinking, is it worth me just getting the standard one and then buying the upgrade, or do you think at this point I just get the Switch 2 version?
Well, I'm terrible with math, but say you can get hold of Kirby Forgotten Land for like 30 quid, 25.
Probably about 40,
If it's about
maybe second hand, maybe you can get like through Vinted, you can get maybe 30 or something like that.
I'm about to say, if you can get it really cheap on second hand, because it's about, I think they said it's about 20 quid upgrade, because it's £10 for the upgrade, but it's £10 for the DLC. Or something like that, isn't it?
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because if you've got these games on the Switch and you still got a Switch, it's like a compelling reason to get, if you really like that game, to at some point get a Switch 2, because you go, oh, the DLC for this is only available on the Switch 2, which is something I didn't realise.
Yeah. Or you might want to sell your Switch copy and get the Switch 2 version.
One, yeah. So I'm
because I'd like to, because I love that. Honestly, Steve, it's not a standard Kirby game. This one, no. It's a lot better. It's more of a 3D platformer, and it's really good.
I do like the idea of getting this. I wanted it when it was out, but I don't know. I was always a bit like weird about Kirby, and I saw someone playing and thought it looked really cool actually. And then they've got this extra part of it. It's like, and physical game, and the DLC is actually on the cart as well. A lot of people,
I didn't know that. That's good. It's not a download on it.
No, so a lot of people have been complaining initially because they didn't understand that. Everyone jumped on it and said that it's not even on the cart. It's just a download. But no, they confirmed it's on the cart.
Right.
But you still get a download.
Makes it more tempting. It really does.
Exactly. Yeah, it does. I'm very tempted by that version. Be nice to have I don't know, it's nice to have some Switch 2 games, but like that 65 quid, I mean, if that was the standard price for games, I don't think people, including me, wouldn't be
true
complaining as much, especially because we get into Mario Kart in a bit. So the other things you've got the two cameras, Switch, the Donkey Kong Bonanza,
and a GameCube controller.
Or a GameCube. How much was a GameCube controller? It's not even on here. It'd be on the Nintendo.
I think it was 60.
Wow. Yeah, I went to have a look at it, and it was the whole like you put your email address in thing, and he said, "Oh, you haven't registered your interest or something." I was like, "Oh, so I can't even look at it to buy it,"
You'll be able to do it soon enough, I think, because they make it available. All of them have been available in the past.
Yeah.
But with it as well, the one thing we definitely didn't get because we found out. It may be true. That is a rumor. It's true. I didn't pre-order I think the price of the Pro controller is too much money.
I think so.
Because we literally own 2 Splatoon Pro controllers, and apparently you can use a Pro controller 1 on that as well. Anyway, so we're just doing that.
I don't really understand the Pro controller price. I don't get it, because the only difference between the functionality between this one and the one we've already got is that you can't wake up your console with this
and the C button.
And the C. This is the most annoying thing about the C button, because you can only use the share thing if you pay for the subscription. So that button is only going to work for people who pay for the online service, which is stupid.
I wonder what's going to happen. Is it going to like make you feel bad? You press it and go, you can't use that because you're not.
It's probably going to prompt like, oh, subscribe online. You'll be able to use these features, and that button is going. It's going to be terrible for that, isn't it? It's just going to be that. I think that's a really stupid idea from Nintendo. And as much as I love Nintendo, they come up with some stupid ideas, and having a button on there that ties to an online service is ridiculous.
There is 2 extra buttons on the back, though.
Yeah, you can assign what you want with those.
Which is not on a normal Pro Controller.
That's amazing for people who need that for accessibility. And that,
yes, definitely.
Doesn't do much for me, really.
No, I wouldn't. And
it's got a headphone jack on it. But I'll be honest, when I use this controller, and I know where you do the same thing because I saw your setup in the cafe. Sure, that's exactly the same setup I use.
Yeah.
So you're close enough to plug it into the console anyway.
Yeah, because you're not going to be miles away from it, And if you're at home playing TV, well, you'd be playing on your TV.
So I'm going to be fine using that for a good while, I think. Unless, it starts getting annoying and you go, I can't wake up the console. Well, I can just press the button on the console right there. It's right there. You know what I mean?
It's not.
I can't afford to do that. And I'm the same as you. I'm not getting an SD card for a while. I think they'll probably drop down in price eventually.
Well, that's it. You can get up to a terabyte one. So I'm waiting. I don't want to buy a 512. I want to get a big one when I can.
Is there a ceiling to how much you can use in the Switch 2, though? Do they have,
there's not been any information I've found on it yet, but I would assume, I assume they'll be able to take any size because it's brand new, rather than if this was about 6 years old and it says pulled out, because it says specifically has to be an express card.
Yeah,
I'm fairly sure that you can probably go to any size.
Yeah, that'd be great. I know they've got like a Nintendo themed ones and all that now. That's going to be everyone's going to.
You know what makes me laugh with those?
Yeah,
you've got a themed SD card that goes into your Switch.
This one actually,
you never see it ever again.
Yeah,
I don't really get it unless you're someone who's some reason hot swapping memory cards.
You want to see that Mario logo there?
You won't, if you're in a see-through case, maybe. But
it's not even a Switch 2 logo, which is weird, isn't it? Unless they're going to do ones with Yoshi on, the green one, and all that. I don't really get it, but you're right. You're never going to see it.
I don't see
because
the point
once you get a big enough one, wow! I don't think I've ever took this SD card out of my. Do you know what? I think I've only got a 32 on my Switch one, which is ridiculous.
I can't remember what mine's in because it's been in there since we've had the
I need
Switch.
a bigger one in there because I'm always deleting software off there. It's so annoying.
Same.
I can't stand it. But 256 that one. 50. It all adds up, isn't it? I can't afford all these things. I've got my Switch and I'm getting 2 games. I'm getting the physical version of Mario Kart because I'm like you. I'd end up getting it anyway.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Because it's annoying for physical collectors because we're going to get hit the hardest, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Other people won't care, and they'll be like, "I don't care. Get digital."
Let's talk about the Mario Kart Direct that has just aired today. Can you see this video?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Brilliant. Let me just do that. Right. So there was a Direct today, and it was 15 minutes long. Now, I was super excited about this, but I'll be honest. When you told me that today when I was streaming, it was a bit of a red flag. Because I was thinking, I can't wait to do this. I'm hoping it's like an hour or at least half an hour going over all the amazing features in it. Because this is an expensive game. And Nintendo have come out and said, this is like we're using variable pricing for games that we deem as being something really expensive and quite special. So I thought this is going to have so many modes and so like a plan for the future of what they're going to roll out. So when you're getting into it now, going to buy it, you know where it's headed.
Yeah.
And then this... I don't know what your thoughts on this is because I can see the setup for me.
Okay.
I was a little bit let down by what they showed.
I'm really excited.
Okay.
Me and Danny are completely different. That's interesting.
So Danny was like the same as you?
Yeah.
I think like what they did, they spent most of the thing telling you about what Mario Kart is. They went, there was a Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah.
And you in 4 races and then the blah, blah, blah. And it was like most of the trailer was that. And I was like, and then you've got like some familiar faces. And then he went, Mario. And it was like, this is counting down. This is only 15 minutes. Luigi. Yeah. Like, Princess. Yoshi. And then he says Yoshi.
We're like, right, okay.
And there's some new people in it again. And there's loads of people missing, like Link's not in there and people like that, So they're obviously going to come in later on, possibly.
The bit that got me the most, the hidden Easter egg bit. You'll go up high to a multi-something level.
Yeah.
What could it be? We're like, Road.
It's like not a secret because it's been in every Mario Kart, isn't it? It's not like just put it in the day one. Whatever. I mean, I do like the fact that the thing about where you can unlock outfits and things like that.
Yeah, because I didn't
it's
understand.
Weird.
I didn't understand the outfit thing at all.
Where was it? Was it on the bottom?
Yeah, because I saw that. It's when he. I think they did when it did after the open world bit. I think, or was it before that?
I don't know. It's somewhere in there anyway. And you go to the Yoshi's bloody drive-through, which I thought was a gas place. Was not. It's like not petrol, is it, or whatever.
Well, and also they're not always driving. It'd be like the. I've seen it in other videos where it's like a food package, a bit like a question mark block.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like had a lot of that in there as well. Yeah. And it basically it's like in-game unlockables, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that, but I'm going to keep pausing it because I have to rant a little bit. But it feels like that's like, it's just Mario Kart. That's it. It's just like, oh, we've got Mario Kart with some unlockables. Yeah, but the new thing is you can connect the tracks. And you have this free roam bit where you can collect coins and this question mark stuff. But I thought there'd be more. And there's a battle mode. Well, yeah, okay, it goes up saying, it's Mario Kart battle mode. Time trial. Really?
Oh, time trial. Yeah, it's always
Do you have to mention it?
Yeah.
Like, it felt like I was like ticking down, going, like, these are the stuff that they mentioned. This is the stuff they mentioned in the Direct. And it felt like they just said the same stuff, but kind of stretched it out a bit. And I was like, where's the roadmap for the future? Why is it?
They didn't. I thought they would have said, and keep on top of this for additional content later on or something like that.
I was hoping they'd say something like that, like, and anyone who gets in now will, get access to all these DLCs that come out free of charge.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting something like that because it's a big asking price.
Yeah.
I thought they'd mentioned something to justify the price. I mean, at the end of the day, we're Nintendo fans. We're going to buy this anyway.
Well, the thing is with this one, it's going to have a big lifespan. Blimey, people still playing Mario Kart 8 right now.
Exactly.
And it's been out for 5 years now.
Yeah. And it looks gorgeous. It looks really good. But I don't know if like what they showed off today warrants the price.
I think they've done it for that. I think they've done it for that because it's got multiplayer. Have you noticed how Donkey Kong's cheaper? Not by much, but it's cheaper.
Yeah,
because it's a single player experience.
Could you play it once and be done with? I mean, even though Donkey Kong is a collectible game, there's going to be like so many collectibles in it. Yeah. So you're going to have a lot of time from with it. And this...
Yeah, but not multiplayer, though.
Isn't it weird that they didn't mention any single player? Like, they didn't mention it playing... Oh, you can play it on your own. Didn't mention
They mentioned about the cups, but it was done a bit...
It was all multiplayer stuff, wasn't it? With it was all like... No one said... There was no kind of push on, oh, we can play it on your own if you've got no friends. It was always like, at home, you can play it and... It's Mario Kart 8... always been 4-player split screen, by the way? Or was it...
Do you know what? I said the exact same thing today. We were watching it,
was 2.
And I went to her, could we do 4-player split screen? She went, I don't know. Yeah. I think it's only... No, it's only 2. Yeah. Because I can picture the menu now. It goes, single player, multiplayer, and then you've got... Yeah,
because you can bring another person online with you in split screen, but I didn't know if you could do it 4-player, so I thought,
I definitely can. But I at the time when I watched this, I was like the same. I was like, can you do 4-player already?
And there's, do you know what? There's like some elements of it. Like I love all the new animations. There's a bit like if you jump in your car, every time you jump in your car, your character does a different jump animation. Like every time. So Mario go, and I thought that was cool. And there was all these little moments like that, and the kind of grinding off the rails and the charge jump it's got now.
Yeah,
that looks cool. We can use that to kind of go wall jumping or ride along the walls for a short time.
Yeah,
but. Is it 70 odd pounds worth of a new game?
Yeah.
Or is it just new features on the next version of Mario Kart? I mean, I'm happy that they're doing something new with the next Mario Kart because it really needed to shake up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like
I just think they feel like at the moment, because they haven't got a mainline Mario game available to us yet at the time when we got this podcast, obviously. It's going to be this is kind of their flagship game at the moment. So they want this one to really like everyone to be playing for a very long time for a Switch, a reason to buy a Switch. And there is people out there who literally buy a Switch just to play Mario Kart. Yeah. That's like some people buy a PlayStation, an Xbox One just to play FC 24 or FIFA, whatever it's called now. things or Madden or that sort of
But
thing.
the thing with FIFA and Madden, as much as I'm not really a fan of those, they have like leaderboards and upgrade paths and all that.
I will say as well with this is the bit I'm really disappointed with is you can't customize your bike or cart.
No,
it's just a standard car.
You just choose your car. Yeah,
which I like doing the wheels and then changing the body.
I'll be
like
honest,
all that
I'm
stuff.
kind of I'm the other side of that, where I always felt like I was choosing the wrong option because I was always thinking, is it?
Yeah, there is.
But
a best
now
option.
they're simplifying it. It feels a bit easier to me, and they took that customization and what they've done with it instead is like you can pick up food, and it's the weirdest thing about it, isn't it? By the way, picking up food and then you change your outfit depending on the food. It's such a Japanese thing. Like it's just bonkers. Yeah. I wrote that down today. That's such a Japanese bonkers thing to do. Yeah, and it's bonkers because it's just a weird. If it was any other company, it'd be you go through like a fancy dress room or something like that. You know what I mean? But food place, Yoshi's food place, and suddenly you've got a different outfit. Like there's a bit where Mario has a bag of crisps and turns into a cowboy. What?
I think it's meant to be Texas because it's meant to be Texas barbecue crisps or something.
Something like that.
I think it is. I was trying to work that one out as well.
But this just looks like Mario Kart 8. It's just it looks just like Mario Kart 8, and I've just like wasn't convinced that like this is. I mean, it's definitely the next evolution of Mario Kart because they're taking it into the world. And I like that, where you kind of race into other tracks and things like that. They're giving that kind of, was it Burnout Paradise feel we were talking about?
Yeah.
And I like the online, where you kind of like, you're in the world, you can go and meet some other people. But I felt like there'd be more to do. Like, say you can meet up with friends and you can do challenges with both of you or something like that.
Again, like Burnout Paradise was like that.
I wanted that. But all it was showing off, like, get these blue coins. It's like, is that it? And then find hidden question marks. What about doing stuff with your mates? What about like you just done a challenge and then you may tell and where it tells you a person you're online and I've beat your time in a time trial.
Again, do you remember like the speed camera challenges on Burnout where you'd zoom down a road and it'd say, Mrs. DJ did this in 1 minute 20 on the top of the screen, that sort of thing.
And I wonder if they've considered that, but because the anti-competition, because you don't have achievements and things like that they're trying to keep it kind of family and kind of a bit more broader. But I think that hurts it in like its evolution to make it like worth, it takes away some of the kind of features that I want from a Mario Kart.
Oh, how do you feel about always having the items behind you? Because my problem with that, in my view on it, is that like sometimes you don't want your opponent to see what item you've got.
No, that's true.
So you've got to show it no matter what. No, you haven't got to hold the button, which is good. Holding a button was painful after a while. If you're holding like a banana behind you or holding something behind you, it's like, oh, come on. But
maybe they're thinking that like you're not going to hold an item that long. Because it's so frantic anyway in the latest Mario Kart. Like the older ones, I feel like was more important with stuff like that. Where it's just the thing about it's rubber banded so crazily that you can just take over someone so quickly, unless you're like me, who's always back.
Oh, and that rewind feature's weird.
So what are your thoughts on the rewind feature? I mean, it's later on. So basically, if anyone was watching this, there's a rewind feature in this game. So if you fall off in the past games, you can have Lakuta. Where's it? Lakuta, the little cloud guy. Picks you up and puts you back on the track, right? But it looks like maybe that's not a thing in this. You just press rewind, or you've got the option now to press rewind.
It's just the option to do it. Because basically, if you want to do a shortcut, you've got to sacrifice your position to reverse yourself back to then try that ramp again. And if you do it, you might be a better shortcut. I think it's one of those where if it
doesn't affect anyone else in the track, we should say. It only affects your character. It
only affects yours, but it looked like you're reversing on everyone else's screen.
Yeah. And I think it was a cool option, but I wouldn't use it competitively. I'd use it in the case of like, I'm going to learn how to get this shortcut.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
And it's like just kind of like, oh, well, you know what, I'm going to be doing rubbish on this, but at least I'm learning through using the, using that reverse. I don't mind it. I think it's a nice feature to have. I mean, as soon as you get good at something, you wouldn't use it then. But it's a good way to practice a track.
You the whole level again just to get back to that one bit. To try that ramp.
I don't mind that at all. Or you fall off and then you put in a weird place and you've got to like reverse, and it's just like a better way to do it.
Yeah,
and it's got some nice. Go on.
I was going to say, showing the weapons at the moment. When it goes over to the hammers, that looks horrible.
Yeah, it
that
does.
Looks absolutely
and
horrible.
Stay on the track for a few seconds as well. Does he slow this down here to show you? Does he slow that down a little? I mean, it's only on for like half a second, I think, but it's enough to.
But there's a lot to spam.
I love
in that
weapon where you go a mega.
Yeah, because that was in. I think that's in DS, Mario DS.
Is it?
Mario Kart DS, I think.
Nice, more of a kind of 2D way. And you can have that's a charge jump, isn't it? We can you can jump on rails, and I like this the way you can use that. Can't remember what it's going to be. It's Kamek, is it? Where you can change everyone on the track into different enemies. Also, it's got some weird.
Yeah, I don't really understand that one yet because they zoomed through that bit, didn't they? So
exactly.
I'm like, so what's that do other than change?
For all of this, I was sitting there thinking, okay, but this is just what you'd get in a new Mario Kart. Here's some new weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I did, and then
it dances now. Look, Mario dances
does all this stuff.
See, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for Mario to dance.
I would have thought you got like new outfits for the characters, like unlockables, but it's just the stuff that you could find in the game. I guess. I wonder how long that lasts.
Oh no! I think that what you do is when you find it in the game, when you unlock the outfit, say you get the Mario in the cowboy outfit or whatever. Next time you go to select your character, you can choose that other outfit.
Oh, I see.
It's literally unlock in the game.
Yeah,
like when you used to unlock the wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
And all that, and gliders in
because I do want unlockables because that's a big.
That will be the unlockables
for like nostalgia gamers like us. We like unlocking things. You know
you want to progress it, say on single.
I want some progression. I wanted some kind of like upgrade thing in the game.
Yeah,
that makes me want to keep playing. Have one more race because it gets like these coins. And I'm collecting all these coins or whatever, and if I get so many, I'll get a little achievement or something. And that's what was like.
I think what they should have done was. They should have made like a pit stop, like a shop in the game, where you spend the coins on.
Oh god, that would be so good! Yeah,
call it because they've even done that. If you, I haven't been or anything pictures, but in the Mario, the Universal Studios, they've got a bit called the pit stop, and then it's outside the Mario Kart section. It looks like a pit stop, and you buy the stuff, and that's the merch shop basically.
Yeah,
I thought they could do that in the game instead.
I mean, to unlock customizable flags for your carts or something like that. You know what I mean? Doesn't really
like a clan logo or something.
That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? But again, like if you spend time talking about, you can put smart steering on. That's always been in the game. All that stuff. It's literally just reintroducing Mario Kart. That's the thing. So maybe that's their plan.
Maybe these, but there might be because again,
is that like, been it? With I was supposed to. Did have the wheel in the last one, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, they've had it since the Wii. Since the Wii,
I remember on the Wii, but I didn't know it was on the Switch.
Like, even on the 3DS, you could do that.
Oh, really?
You could do it. Yeah, it had a little steering wheel on the screen, and you turn it like that. It was horrible. It was really horrible.
I saw that was on sale. It was quite cheap, actually. I mean, I suppose it's just a bit of plastic that your Joy-Con goes into, so that's why it's. But that's a sale on Smiths before.
Oh, I saw them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a bit like I was just watching this thinking, but where's the thing that makes it like that expensive?
Like the killer thing for it.
The killer thing, and I get it. I'm looking forward to playing this. It looks like a really nice, beautiful Mario Kart. But
I think again the problem is you wouldn't be saying this if the game wasn't £80 or whatever it is.
And this is why I think they're bundling it with the Switch 2 because it works out at like £30.
And that'll get a base. Oh, here we go. We're getting
the food bit.
And it's like so he collects the item here,
and you're right though because you're about to say that'll get the base amount of players in to play the game. And then because after autumn or while stocks last,
I saw that as well.
You will not be able to get that bundle. And then if you want to get Mario Kart, you have to get the physical version. And at that point, you're just gonna feel peer pressure because all your mates have got it.
Well, that's it. I'm about to say because all the people that got it cheaper, because there'd be a lot more user base earlier on with the digital version because it being cheaper. That you'll see loads of people playing it, and you'll be like, "Oh, I want to play it."
Exactly. And I thought I was going to be like that anyway. And being a physical collector, I was like, "Well, I'll get the base Switch and get this." I'm like, but the thing is, as much as like I feel stupid for getting it, but I know I'm going to get it anyway because I'm a Nintendo fan. And I'm a physical collector.
Yeah,
I'm not happy about the price. It's like,
no.
This, I'm just not happy. I don't think it should be. I think it should be 60. Yeah. Like I should be the same price as Donkey Kong.
I would. Yeah. Do you know what? Even when I thought, should we pre-order Donkey Kong as well? And when we saw 64, I didn't I don't want like, oh god, that's expensive as well. I was kind of like, oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I can justify that. I don't want to pay that. I want to pay 40 to 50 max. But like, I've been watching loads of videos on this, and I don't know if it's in my head. I can't get this around in my head. But people are saying, no, that's normal, that price jump. And I'm like,
it's inflation.
But I don't
say
get
inflation.
it. Doesn't make sense.
But
To
it's
me. I don't
inflation.
get it still.
It's inflation that should have happened ages ago.
I'm about to say, yeah, if it's going to happen, it should have happened.
Yeah,
Not
it should have
just
happened.
out of nowhere now.
But I remember seeing like Elden Ring on PC on Steam for like 60 quid when that came out. And I was like shocked by that. But that's the norm. And you know when GTA 6 comes out, that's not going to be like a normal price. It's
Well, if Mario Kart's going to be 80 quid,
oh god,
GTA would be like 100 on
and
a
that's
base
the thing
game.
now, if you think about like variable pricing, do you think people are going to get more life out of the likes? I'm not even a Grand Theft Auto fan, but I know people are going to get way more out of Grand Theft Auto because of
massively.
the legs that
people
game's
still
got.
play the other GTA still online. You know?
People are still playing that, and it's and just as much as I'd love Nintendo Mario Kart, I don't think this should be as much as Grand Theft Auto 6 if we're going for variable pricing. You know, for what they've showed off so far.
The other thing is as well, I know we talked later with the prices up, but I've got to mention as well, I don't know if you noticed when you watched the Nintendo Direct thing, they didn't do as much, but on the original Direct, which I didn't speak about when you was in Canada, everyone in the chat, everyone was saying...
drop the price.
Drop the price in big capital letters.
It's become
like
the thing.
It was spamming it down a thing.
It's shocking because
that's not like that.
We were all super excited about the Switch 2 coming out.
Yeah.
And it should have been a home run for like them to bring it out and everyone dead excited afterwards, and all people were talking about was the price, not even the games.
Yeah, that's really sad. That really annoyed me. I was like, well, I'm not playing that price. And it's hard because you want to defend it, but then you do agree as well. You don't want to go on, as you said before, you don't want to just go on, make a video about, that's terrible what Nintendo's done, that price. And we're not happy.
No.
But it's sad that that's become the main talking point on almost everybody's video.
You want to enjoy the games. You want to enjoy the games. And I mean, that's totally why they've bundled it for that massive discount. Because it gets people in the door, and then the next people, as we said, will feel like they have to pay that price.
Yeah.
I mean...
the thing that makes it worrying as well, you think, oh, that's all right, I'll leave it for a while while it gets cheaper.
Yeah.
Look at the price of Switch games now. Anything that's original licensed Nintendo, you know, any of the Mario games and all that lot, all of them hold their price.
They do.
I can't see Mario Kart going to 20 quid in a shop.
And you'll be able to get like a tenner or 20 quid off if you go to Vinted or eBay or something like that. Maybe
you have to get really lucky as well. I feel
that's it. You can get good bargains on there, but in the second-hand market. But first-hand, oh my word, it's going to be that price for a little while. Isn't it?
Yeah. It's
you don't really have discounts. Do you have discounts digitally? I noticed that like recently, a lot of the like top, like I think Mario Wonder was like 30 quid, 33 quid or something like that. And that's pretty decent. Digitally. But physically, you're just going to get, you know, it's bad luck for us. Now, this is the one where he's a free roam. I was kind of excited for, like, when they announced it, because I thought, what can you do in free roam? We could just ride around, maybe talk to your friends and do some challenges. And it just says ride around, really.
Discover bits and that.
That's what about your jumps and different animations. I think the penguin.
Danielle, but
Penguin's quite cool.
Oh, I know. Did you see the in-joke, by the way?
No.
In the ice level, when they were talking about the levels, and it went, don't go too far over, you'll go over the side. And it was the penguin. It was basically
from Mario 64?
recreating the Mario 64
Oh, that's cool. I missed that.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Oh, so this is the side. So you hit a P switch, and then you can get these coins.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
But then, I don't really get, what do you get from them?
Nothing.
So you do these coins, then what?
There's an entry, like an exit there, that you have a goal. And there's that, like...
What does that do?
Somewhere? Is like somewhere it tells you you've done it, or does that like? I'm hoping it gets recorded. All these special coins, they've got to be collected somewhere. There could be a screen somewhere with all the coins, special coins collected. But it feels like it's a big social game. It needs social aspects to this. It really does, and that's what it was missing out on. It's like this. It almost was saying it was like single player, just ride around doing nothing, collecting a few ghost coins, you know.
Yeah, it'd be fun something for like me and Danielle to try out and look around for bits, but it'd be nice to have a reason to do it as well.
Because like if me and you were playing that, right, and we hit the gold coin, the P switch and the blue coins come on, Does that mean only one of us can do it? Because you can't both get the coins, can you? Because then you don't get all the coins, or does it share the coins? And this is the thing we're talking about, like the multiplayer. Like this is nice, man. 4 players at home, and it's running well. That looks like it's really smooth.
Yeah, and also I wonder how that's going to look on the screen itself.
Oh, on the small screen,
yeah,
it's gonna look tiny.
Like doing
it's gonna tiny as much as the bigger. It's a bigger screen, but still, and you got the wireless play. Obviously, it's really cool. I mean, I love the fact that you've got these options. It's great. This is great because they're going family first, really, aren't they? Like if you got you're at home, you can play all those people. I do like the camera thing, which I think they show off now, don't they? I think so. Well, it goes in a bit. So if you've got the camera. Your friends.
Yes, coming up.
I don't know if they show this in the direct. It might have shown with the direct.
I don't remember them talking about it in direct.
But basically, if you play with your friends, the camera is it a camera feed or is it just an image?
Do you know what? I was carefully looking at the images.
Yeah, I don't.
They look like they were looped.
Yeah, maybe like maybe there's like a little animation, a little GIF.
Because if you ever played the Mario Kart GP in the arcade.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because they take a picture, don't they?
Yeah, you take a photo.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. You take a photo.
So it's kind of like relating to that.
Because it'd be maybe a bit too much going on if you like. Because you might be like step out to go to the loo or get a cup of tea or something, and then you'd have nothing on the screen. So you make sure you've always got something on the screen. I love that, by the way. There's stuff like that you can find, which has got like retro bits in there. I want more stuff like that. And it's stuff where you.
Well, there might be just keeping it quiet. It might surprise us with it.
It should have been more than quarter of an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they literally rushed through just as much as they did.
And most of it was like, this is what Mario Kart is. You can play as Mario, Luigi. That annoyed the hell out of me. And then he went,
Yoshi!
It's like, yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be more surprised if you couldn't, you know? It's ridiculous. And that's weird, isn't it? You go into I don't know what that is, but you can...
you jump into a truck, you warp into a truck, and then you can like smash stuff up. It's just like a little random bonus.
So here's the camera. Let's see. It doesn't look like they move, does it?
Well, if you could sort of see him moving the mouth.
Yeah, mouth. Maybe,
but I think it's back and forth. She's like smiling, not smiling.
Maybe it captures a few seconds or something like that, and that's.
But then But do you remember again? Bring this back again in Burnout Paradise.
You want the reaction?
Yeah, the reaction bit. I want reaction when you hit him with a shell.
That would be the best thing ever.
So good.
It just shows their face then, like
Is them looking a bit annoyed, like.
I doubt you're gonna be able to see. It's only with your friends, isn't it? That you're not gonna be able to see like randomers.
I'll be very surprised if they allow randoms to be seen on that.
But I like that because that would be something I would try on stream, like with allowing friends to play.
That would be good.
It'd be fun to watch because everyone would get the narrative of like what's going on in the race then. And maybe it's better that you don't see the full camera as well because that makes that safer as well because people could show anything off that. You know what I mean? But overall, I mean, this is the show in the end now, isn't it? This is where I was like, okay, what's it going to show next? And I just went,
it's a bit abrupt. It's at the end.
That's it. I was like, but where's the rest of the game, guys? Are we going to have another direct? Have they announced any directs, by the way, before the release?
This was it up to this point. They haven't said anything since I last checked. And this was the last thing. Because this is on day one, and everything else is on day one is stuff that's already out on other systems. So I won't bother doing direct on those.
Yeah.
Is if Donkey Kong Bonanza was out on day one, then that would have another direct.
Yeah, I suppose they mightn't have a direct for that, but they've showed off a lot of that on the Treehouse thing. You know, there's like there's a 2-hour video there which showcasing the whole game.
Well, they did that with Mario Kart as well.
Yeah, I suppose they did that as well.
They did it with all the games. So that Treehouse thing is the best thing, really, because they really go in depth with that.
And they got that stuff in there.
That's so good by Nintendo. I love them.
Yeah, it's probably this is more accessible, I guess, for like the broader public, isn't it?
It's so like. And also, it's on YouTube. And again, think about it from this: like every kid is on YouTube now. We don't realise how much stuff is absorbed online. Some kid might come across this,
exactly,
and it's good advertisement instantly for them. But
But overall, I'm getting it anyway. I've already pre-ordered it. I was never not going to. You were never not going to.
No, exactly.
We're day one early adopters. We're going to get stung either way. It always happens. And I was just having a little bit of a rant after watching it because I'm usually really excited about these things, but I was just like, I was left needing more, not wanting more. It wasn't a case of like, I'm going to find more in the game. I felt like, you didn't announce like what was already being announced. I thought there was more to uncover, but it was basically just like some aesthetics and things like that.
I guess they wanted to have a separate focus away from the direct with everything else going on. Yeah. And it was just on this. I don't know, but
I'm gonna play the hell out of it, but I'm hoping like we get more news of a roadmap. I'm worried now because I think they're gonna get us to pay for DLC down the line. Not because there isn't any Zelda stuff in there and all that stuff. And they could have they could have like Pikmin characters or whatever down the line. Add more stuff from the Nintendo franchises. That probably was already.
You reckon they bring back the Mercedes-Benz DLC?
Oh, was that a thing?
Yeah, on Mario Kart on the Wii U, they had a Mercedes-Benz deal. Basically, it was like miniature. It was terrible. It was miniature versions of a Mercedes-Benz.
Oh my word!
And it was like Mario in this like a real life car, like the look of it, but in a like when like when kids can buy like a Jeep. Yeah, but it looks like the real Jeep. But it's
like a baby version.
Yeah, it's basically that. It was very odd.
I reckon we'll see. I reckon they'll probably put stuff in this to advertise other games as well. They do.
Well, that's it.
I think Metroid's going to be in it. I think you can get a Samus on a little speeder bike thing or whatever it is. So there's something from Metroid in there.
Oh yeah. What they could also because they could like open up a new part of the map of the world and have a new game that's out and that unlock that part to it. Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
And that'll be that's where I start thinking. Okay, they would have announced that. But that's what I start thinking. It starts feeling a bit not worth the money because it's still really excessive. But it starts making sense that it's going to be a game that's going to be supported for the whole duration, like the way Mario Kart 8 was. But if it's big, I mean the DLC packs, I suppose they're just going to be underneath the subscription service, and you need the subscription service anyway if you're playing it online, don't you?
Yeah, you would do anyway, I think.
But is it the higher tier you need to get like the newer maps or the DLC maps in Mario Kart 8? I think it's the higher tier.
Yes. No, because I've got it, and I've got the lower one.
So if you just need that,
I'll
be okay with that. I'll be because you need that anyway. I think. Can you play Mario Kart 8 without that subscription service? Can you play? Can you play
online? You can't.
So you can only play single player.
Yeah.
So okay, that's I suppose that's the issue, isn't it? And then again, they're not really promoting single player in this apart from the free roam stuff. But
there might be more. But then even like just quickly going back to when Danny went to the experience, they made every game outside of Metroid. They made everything very multiplayer based. Yeah. They tried to get everybody involved. Like she played with loads of randoms at all the games. She didn't say, "Oh, play Mario Kart World on your own." That she played in a team. She did knockout. She did. It was all
very experienced like that. And I will say, by the way, because we didn't mention the knockout thing, I think knockout's a really cool idea.
That is brilliant. I feel that's going to be more popular than playing the
I think so as well. It's a bit Fall Guys-ish, you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Definitely got that. But anyway, I'm going to get it. I can't wait to play it. Just I would just think it's lacking a little. That's all I'm saying.
It would be nice, but when it comes out, we do like an update just on Mario Kart and see what our expectations and what our original thoughts were.
We'll get it from you because I won't get to play it personally until my birthday, which is the 26th. So I'll have it, but it'll be wrapped up for my birthday. So I'm guessing you guys are gonna just play day one.
Yeah, I ain't waiting.
You're not waiting. I have to wait.
I don't have to wait anymore.
I have to wait for my birthday. So we'll be on this podcast, and you'll be talking about your love or hate for it, or not.
I'll be like this. I'm like, what's that, Steve? I'm just doing them racing. Oh, second. Oh, sorry.
I want to play. Like that.
That's good. That bit.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Right. A bit of. I mean, it's definitely a Switch-centric podcast again tonight, but this is some news that you put in. So all the GameCube games, I thought this is a fun one to have a look through, that are confirmed for the Switch 2. Again, though, I was saying this the other day. I say this on the podcast, actually, the Canada one. They announced all these, but will these be this year? No.
One every 3 months.
Exactly. It's Nintendo do this. We go, all these games coming out. I'm like, it's gonna be like I'm gonna have 2 birthdays before all these come out. It's ridiculous.
But I will say though, some of these games, stuff like Wind Waker, not really Soul Calibur, but Wind Waker is a big game.
I think so. I think for me, this justifies again like Switch 2 day one for me because I want to play. I've never played Wind Waker. I don't know if it's the best. I don't know if it's the best. Is this the best way to play it, though? Because a lot of people say the Wii U version was better.
Well, the difference with the Wii U version, they upgraded the graphics so it worked in widescreen and it was HD'd up a little bit, even though the cell shading looks gorgeous anyway. But they've made it widescreen. Also, there was an addition that was very helpful. You get this additional sail where you don't need to use the wind to change direction, and that was added into Wii U one. They might add it into this one.
Yeah,
which really
this
helps.
Widescreen? Have they done anything like that? Have they upscaled it in any way? I can't remember. I'm sure they said it upscaled it.
They said something about some have widescreen support. I did ask Danny, said, what was Soul Calibur? Because she played Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah.
And she said she can't remember.
Can't remember.
So I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's probably 4x3 on that one.
Probably. Yeah.
But like we just mentioned, because I think, I think they're going to do stuff like Luigi's Mansion is going to probably come out in Halloween.
It's got to be Halloween, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy about that as well because that's another game I've never got to play properly. So
it's so good.
Yeah, so this is going to be great for me. I know. I've played F-Zero JX. Love that. That's great to have on there. Yeah. Mario Sunshine, we already own on the Mario All Stars, or the 3D pack.
Oh, yeah, of course we do. Yeah,
and I don't know if the version that we've got is probably better because it's upscaled, isn't it? It's like they haven't done anything to it apart from upscale it, so it looks better.
Yeah,
I don't know what that version's going to be like. It's a weird one to have, but whatever. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is super expensive.
I'll literally about to say, even if you're not that interested in that one, that's a great one to have because that is crazy money for that one.
Yeah, that's great. I wonder if that's going to affect like the actual price and things like on eBay and that.
I hope so, because then it means it's cheaper. We can get the cute version. But,
Pokemon. Obviously, I'm not a Pokemon guy.
Nor am I. It's terrible to ask us. We're not Pokemon people.
Super Mario Strikers. I think the GameCube one was the good one because I think
the Wii one was all right. But the Cube version was a good one.
Chibi Robo. I've never played it. Always wanted it. You played that?
Completed it. Loved it. It's a weird game, but we loved it.
Was there a sequel to that?
On the 3DS, but it's not really a proper sequel. It's a bit of a half put together game. It's not the same.
And Luigi's Mansion and Pokemon, another Pokemon game. I know it's a fighting game, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what would you like to see on the GameCube?
Well, Danny instantly said Eternal Darkness.
Oh God, that's a good one.
Because that one only ever... And the thing is with that one, which I'm very shocked they wasn't in that list, is because it's only ever been on the GameCube.
Yeah.
It's had no other releases whatsoever.
That'll be a good Halloween one as well. Another one.
I would say... Well, you've got... Paper Mario...
all the Resident Evil games would be amazing, wouldn't it? The Resident Evil games that were released on GameCube. They could do that.
Well, the other thing is the library is able to do that with them because you've got there's some really good Star Wars games depending on the licensing.
Yeah. Oh my word, the Star Wars games were huge on GameCube, weren't they? Yeah, the Rogue Squadron games.
Well, the previous Metroids, I don't know. Even though we've got the first one remastered, but
see that should have been day one.
Yeah,
shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Especially
to introduce number 4, but then that might be a reason why there might be remasters coming out of 2 and 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Because of that. But then you only got Prime 1 and 2 on the Cube. 3 was on the Wii.
I don't think they'll do 2 and 3 because they would have announced that at the over Direct because that was a Switch 1 focused Direct. Stuff coming out next year. They would have said something, but I think they're just going to skip 2 and 3 because it's not as big.
The Mario Party games are fantastic on it.
That should have been on there again.
And that online would be brilliant.
I think the reason they didn't do that is because they're pushing Jamboree, which isn't day one, by the way. Jamboree is like the enhanced version and DLC is like later on.
That's so weird though, isn't it? Because you've got Jamboree literally available right now on the Switch.
Yeah.
You think they'd make that day one?
The Direct was like 30% of the Direct was probably more, being generous there. It was probably more. Like maybe 40% of the whole Direct was Jamboree showing off the camera stuff, and it's not day one. So what do you use the camera for day one? Probably just chatting to your mates and I suppose
you take your profile picture. Like,
exactly that. And I think that's the reason they're not going to put any Mario Party games on there or announce them. And the same thing.
Not for a while yet.
Same reason they're not putting Mario Kart Double Dash on there, which would be great as well.
Oh, yeah. And Kirby's Air Ride, because they've got a new Air Ride game coming out as well.
Yeah, so I mean that would have been good day one for a game that because we don't know the Air Ride's not going to come out this year, is it? The 2.
No, it's not.
So that would have been good to have on there. But it's like if they've announced these ones, that means they're going to make sure these are done like this, or flowing into next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you do 3 in the first, that's pretty good. But I don't think they'll do another 3. I think they'll do 2. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, because I think I wanted to introduce you to a new Zelda game straight away. Yeah. A Zelda game,
because there's no Zeldas out for ages.
Exactly. You've got an F-Zero because people won't shut up about wanting a new F-Zero game. They keep some people quiet for 10 minutes. But I'm the same. I want a new one.
They're probably working on one, but it's way off. isn't
Yeah,
it? It's way
and
off.
Soul Calibur, because they haven't got a fighter on it day one.
And it's got a link in it. Yeah, so it connects
And
as
links in
well.
it, yeah.
Yeah. It's weird as Soul Calibur 1 because obviously Street Fighter 6 is coming out for the Switch 2, which is going to be one of those game key versions on the physical version. What are your thoughts on that?
Like, I think you changed my mind a little bit when you said at least if you wanted to sell the game, you got the key, so
it feels like a
still
physical
sell
version.
that physical one.
The game is only going to work in your Switch
yeah.
with the cart, which is, it's like weird trying to trick your brain into thinking, well, that's a physical version then.
But that's a bit like there has been games in the past where you put the game. Some of the Windows games have done it. I put a game in the drive. I can't remember what it was now, and it said it had a 70 gig update.
Every PlayStation 4 game that you put in.
Basically, that's a new game you're downloading from the disc.
Exactly. It felt like it was just a shortcut to the download.
Yeah. It was just like, oh, you've got the game.
It's the same thing. For you. It's true, that isn't it? And we were kind of we're okay about it, but that's when we were buying physical games for our PlayStations or whatever. That's all we were doing. You're just buying it to so it's the same kind of thing. I wonder if this replaces code in box, or do you think code in box is still going to exist?
I think that still exists because all they do is put a bit of code on a bit of paper.
I think so. I think it's another
no
tier,
work
isn't it?
for them, but it's down to. I think there'd be a tier system for a publisher or a game maker or whatever developer, where you have you can put it onto a cartridge for this amount of money.
Yeah,
you can put this like code on this cartridge, so you've got a physical one, or you have the code. Yeah. And there'd be different tiers of, and it all depends how tight the companies want to do it for. I think it's not going to be. It's not Nintendo saying you can't do this. They're basically going to be giving them an option, and then obviously companies, except from like Project CD Red or whatever, they are happy to put the whole thing on now.
Yeah, very happy with that.
Other people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh no, that costs lots of money."
I think that's probably going to cost a lot to us as well. That's probably going to be a top tier game.
That will be an expensive one.
Maybe 70 for that, just for that, which is, I don't know.
But the sad thing is, if it is 70, and if we've seen everything Mario World has to offer, so Mario Kart World, like Cyberpunk has got loads in it. Like the amount of single player in that.
I'd be more interested, I suppose. I mean, it's easier to sway with me if it comes with a map or something, because it's an RPG, isn't it? And The Witcher, kind of the Switch,
it is. Yeah,
the Switch edition of it comes with a map and things I've seen. So I'm like, if it does all that stuff, that'd be a bit more.
It does play like Witcher from the future. It's just first person. You would like that.
But yeah, getting back to the GameCube stuff, I think I kind of wish there was more announced, but because it just feels like this is going to take up this in next year, or until like halfway through the next year. You know, until people's subscriptions start running out, or until April next year, then and then people will just like start jumping out. I don't know. I want more. I want more of a variation, but I think it's a solid lineup.
It's not bad for a start off day one as well. Day one. I think that's pretty good.
Bit for everyone.
Especially if you pay for that subscription already, you've got it day one.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, would they swap Soul Calibur for Super Mario Sunshine? Even though I've got Sunshine, I'm not even the biggest fan of Sunshine, but it might be more solid because it's a Mario game, and we haven't got a Mario game.
Yeah, but then you could play your Mario All-Star version.
Yeah, exactly. If they work. I haven't checked the list. Have you checked the list, by the way? There's a whole list.
No, I haven't. Apparently, they're getting someone to literally, or they're doing a team, trying to every single game made for the Switch on it.
So I checked because I was just on the shop the other day. I put off the Final Fantasy collection of the Switch, and Final Fantasy is listed there as not working on boot up on Switch 2, which is weird because does that mean the only Final Fantasy 1? Because when you put this cart in, it just plops all the games out on your menu. There's no hub game or anything like that. So that means none of the games run, or just Final Fantasy doesn't run. I mean, eventually they fix it. But let's be honest, like, how long is that going to take them? Because I can't believe Nintendo are doing this, by the way.
Well, what it is, I tried to, because I'm not very good with like programming stuff, but essentially what it is, in the past, every console to a point has had the same hardware in it.
Inside, yeah.
You know, like the Wii's got the Wii U's got the Wii in there, it's got GameCube, and they're all previously actual hardware, or at least on the chips of the previous systems. DS with Game Boy Advance and all that, 3DS with DS. Yeah. This time this is out of their normal comfort zone.
Different.
And they have like officially said, it's almost like it's loading a whole another partition on the Switch as like another operating system.
Yeah, it's kind of emulation, but it's not.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
It's not like they're running an emulator.
Yeah, it's like a container with the operating system in it. It's like kind of a bit like that, but again, it's over my head as well.
Well, it also because they was going to do an emulator, but they said it's too power draining or something like that.
It would wreck your battery.
Yeah. So that's why it's not a direct up emulation.
Yeah. But that's interesting. Anyway, so talking of GameCube, because you've got something else on here I want to quickly address as well.
Oh yeah, this would be good for you, I think.
Yeah, this is very good for me, so I don't have to buy the actual controllers. I use GameCube controllers. I think someone actually mentioned this on the stream the other day. So, Nintendo GameCube controller adapter. The accessory can be used in TV mode by. Oh God, why is that automatically playing? Hello, you lovely people. That's a bit Alex from.
I can straight away as soon as you start saying something.
The accessory can be used in TV mode by connecting a USB cable on the Switch 2 dock. Why is that automatic?
So there's actually two of these. You've got the official one, which is that one.
Yeah.
And then it was a third party that was cheaper because this one for a long time wasn't available because everyone was snapping it all up because of playing, because you couldn't system didn't have them ports, so they'd buy a cheaper version of it and use that instead. But it's good because if you've got one of those, then it's just a USB adapter, basically.
So where does it go? This goes into USB adapter into your Switch USB-C? Or does this go into your dock?
Go into the dock. I think the dock has a USB, as a normal USB on it as well.
It does. So
that would go into there.
So is it this exact device? Is this the one that you can use on...
There's two of them. That's the official one. The unofficial literally looks identical, other than it's not official. Okay. But essentially, you'll be able to plug in 4 GameCube controllers.
Is this why it's got 2 USBs?
I think it was for extra power. If you plug one in, if I remember this right, if you plug just a black one in, I think you can support up to 2 controllers.
Yeah, I was thinking
you need to plug both in to get enough power for all 4.
It's a shame you can't just plug it into the Switch itself. That's what I was thinking, because...
the only way you could do that, which I know... Well, you can get a USB... female to USB-C male adapter, because you can get them already.
Okay.
So you could plug that in the top. I assume it'll work like that. You have a USB-C cable, converts back to a USB-B or whatever it is, and then plug the hub into that.
I see. Okay.
I think that's what you'd be able to do, I reckon.
Yeah, I do want to.
USB.
I love one of the controllers. I can't afford that at the moment. Obviously, can't even like register me interest or whatever in one. But
the thing is, though, they will be around for a while, because I kept thinking when them NES controllers and SNES controllers came out, that they'd be available for a short time. You'd never see them ever again.
And they come back.
You can still go back and get them.
I do want to get the NES and SNES ones and the Mega Drive ones. But the thing is, at the end of the day, they're not like completely necessary, because the Pro controller is good. It's a good controller.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think it's going to be useless even for a GameCube game. I can't imagine
it'll run perfectly fine.
I think the Pro controller for Wind Waker will be just as good, maybe even better. I don't know. I suppose the new one with the we can change the buttons on the back. That's pretty cool. You can change because of all the buttons on a GameCube controller. I know people were complaining because you can't use the GameCube controller on standard Switch 2 games or something. That's what they announced, and people complaining about that. I don't really understand why.
I don't really understand that, because
why would you do that anyway?
Different. It's not quite the same thing, really. But okay.
I'm just going to do one last bit of news.
Yes,
because we're going on, and I know there's loads of other stuff, but it is another Switch announcement. It was just that because what are we
going to call this episode? We need to think of a name for this one.
But we're still releasing games on this online service, which is brilliant. And this is like 3 for the Mega Drive, or Genesis, as they got in this thumbnail. I thought Streets of Rage was already on there, so I was shocked when I saw it. I was like,
so did I for some reason.
But it must be because you probably own it as well, the Mega Drive collection. Have you got that?
Yeah,
I've got that.
I do. I also do. Yes, I do. Yeah.
I don't think I've got a hard copy of that though, which I wouldn't mind find it, because it's probably out of print now. Because
I think
Sega have stopped it, haven't they? I don't think they sell it on Steam anymore, because they were doing their own service or something. Remember the whole thing?
I've still got it on my Steam account.
There you go. I've got it on Steam, and I bought the Switch version as well.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad to see this there. I mean, do you know what would have been great if they went 3 games, Street Rage 1, 2, and 3? Wouldn't that have been brilliant?
That'd be better, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also I think also reason why there's suddenly been an announcement, because this is technically Switch 1 new. I don't know what I want to say, just Switch, but I want to say Switch 1 now because Switch 2. But anyway, they've done these because the only way you can access these is if you got the expansion.
Yeah, because the Mega Drive.
And because of the Switch 2 requires expansion if you want to get like the HD upgrades for the Zelda games and some other things. So that way, they're trying to push you to buy the expansion for Switch 2 stuff as well.
I'll be honest, the expansion stuff is really messy. It's really messy. Like you go, I want to play the old games. Yeah, sure. You get the first one to get the NES and SNES. Cool, I can play Mega Drive. No, you can't. What? And then you go, oh, don't worry, because you can also get access to Animal Crossing DLC.
Yeah.
Like what? No, I don't play Animal Crossing. Okay, so
yeah. I've had it. It's like, for example, like Danny's got it, I don't, because it's got N64 and Genesis / Mega Drive stuff on there. But
why is
again, Animal Crossing don't care.
Do you know if you get a family account, you can add people onto your family account, and then you've all got the main one. So I'm on my brother's one, and I get access to all the main stuff.
We was going to, but I think I started the account first.
Yeah.
But then the thing that made us a bit more wary now, because if we had a family account, Danny may not have got to go to the experience at the weekend.
Oh, really? Do you think they would have looked at that?
Well, there was more chance because at least I could put an entry in, she could put an entry in.
Oh, because it's only the person who owns the account can do it?
Yeah, it's one entry, but we had 2 chances, like me or her.
So just based on the fact that you've got a Nintendo Online account, do you think they look at the fact that you own... Oh, I suppose they do. They didn't mention. I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe... I think they were doing...
You might have a family account with 5 people, and it's 5 attendees.
I think they were using that as a criteria to be able to order stuff off their website as well. Like if you've had the account in your name for the last so many years.
Yeah.
So if you're on a family account, even though you've put loads of hours into your Switch, you won't be able to get access to it, which is bizarre to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just stop scalpers, but then it's kind of alienating the rest of the people.
Exactly. I mean, I get like the hours spent because that's kind of cool, but also like you're going to alienate new Nintendo fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's. I mean, there's no right way to do it, but I think what they did was a bit weird. To be honest, I mean, the whole thing of this has been weird.
Well, that's like when I went into town and I went into cash converters. I was talking to the guy behind a counter, and we were talking about Switch 2. Yeah. I don't know the guy. I just started talking to him about it, and he's frustrated because he couldn't pre-order it because he had to get a new account, and he's had it for under a year, and he hasn't bought anything on it yet because he weren't entitled to do it, even though he's a dedicated player.
Ridiculous. So, also, one of the things I forgot to mention as well, you know, the silver points system, you know, the coins.
Yes.
Right? They're probably going to do Switch 2 exclusive stuff on that store now, aren't they? Or do you think they're going to stop it? Because they stopped the gold coins thing. Do you think they'll stop the silver coins?
Well, wasn't they're taking away... Didn't we speak about in a previous podcast? Yeah, they're taking away one set of coins, didn't they?
Yeah.
But they introduced a new one. I think they will phase out the old ones to keep just
I haven't got many silver points. And I was thinking, should I try and get loads of points now before the Switch 2 comes out? Because they'll probably bring out some kind of Switch 2 notepad or Switch 2... game carry case or something. Although the cart's the same size anyway, so you can use the old one. I'll be honest, I got that cart thing, and you only use, because I think it was on the DS or the 3DS. I got one of those. I don't even know where it is now. I might have sold it on, but you use 2 sides.
Oh yeah,
it was brilliant. But the one you get with the Switch was only one side, and I filled that. And I was like, well,
it's like 4 games or something.
It's useless. But if you buy a carry case, you can get more in that one, so it's way better. So it was a bit useless, to be honest. But anyway, that was these 3 games. So Street of Rage, it's great. Super fun to play. Again, the classic, really hard. eSWAT, again, classic, really hard.
Yeah, all really hard games.
Really hard games. But again, like the library is growing. I was talking about this Thursday. Someone was kind of mentioning like, should they get a Switch 2? Actually, a friend said to me the other day, they only got a Switch last year, and he was asking me, should I get a Switch 2? Because would I feel like I'm missing out at the right time? I said, no, because he's enjoying his Switch now, and there's nothing compelling him. He's already enjoying normal Mario Kart.
Yeah.
and there's nothing compelling about getting a Switch 2 apart from the new Mario Kart.
100%. I had the same conversation with someone. There was someone actually. Oh, this is to kind of go on that story. Someone at Danny knows from where she works. They turned around to her and said, "Oh, does that mean I can't play my Switch 1 anymore?"
Oh.
I was like, no,
You can still play it.
Still play it.
I think that's going to be the norm for a lot of people. I think it's only for people like us who just day one. We have to get it day one. I think most people who were kind of interested, and I know that through I put a poll on Discord when I was away because I was so excited. I go, who's pre-ordering it then? And literally it was 25 to 1.
I didn't know about the poll. For some reason I missed out on the polls. I would have been at number 2, and that would have been it.
I know, exactly. It was just us in it. I ought to get it. I know Jack was going to be excited about getting the Switch because he's never had the first one.
Yeah.
And there are going to be a lot of people like that going, oh, well, I was going to get a Switch, but I'm going to wait until the Switch 2 gets announced. And then it gets announced and they're like, oh, that's expensive. And then they're maybe looking at getting the Switch 1 and then all the library of games. Because now it's what I was saying this today. When the Wii was at first out, there was not many games out for it at all. You had Zelda and you had Switch. You had Zelda and a few other games at the start. But now the Wii, when you look back, it's got a great library because of the whole year. It's really good for collect for, really cheap as well. The Switch is going to be like that wave of the Switch, and it's an amazing library, especially the first part of it.
It's like the PS4 as well. When that first came out, there wasn't really a great deal on it at first. Older, was it older?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, that game.
And that was a few of it. But now, if you wanted to get into collecting another console that wasn't Nintendo, and you went, "Oh, I'll get a PS4," the library's insane for it.
And stupid cheap. You can buy Watch Dogs or something for £3 or something. And
it's super cheap stuff. Yeah. So it just down to it's FOMO for us, isn't it? It's
exactly. And we're going to hit. We're going to get those games and then be like, "Oh, it's not." I suppose you're at this point now because it's not. It's a new console, but it's not really because it's carrying over from the Switch and it's bringing some new experiences from the Switch 1 library, like the new version of Zelda's and playing Wind Waker and things like that on the GameCube and all that. So it's not like when you have a normal new system. When the Switch 1 came out, there was not much out apart from Breath of the Wild, but we were all busy playing that. And
we didn't care at that point. We just
any game that came on the shop, we were like, "Oh, there's a new game on the shop. I'm going to buy it, no matter what it is." You know what I mean?
I did that with Snake Pass. Snake Pass.
Oh yes, Snake. Yeah,
I played a lot of that.
Yeah. The Snake. I remember playing that. And there was a little shooting up I put on. It wasn't nothing to it. It was ugh. But it won't be like that now. We'll be a bit more choosy. You know what I mean? With things coming out.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of games you can get all the kind of the new Switch experience, Switch 1 experiences, what are they called? The enhanced games like the Kirby and all that. Right, would you answer a few questions before we go?
Yes.
Right. This one is from Savagery482 _ the Hoagie Man. Top 5 Nintendo game soundtracks. Just name a few soundtracks that you like, I guess.
Well, Link to the Past straight away.
Straight away? I was going to say the same thing. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's
don't
just
say
good.
the next one.
Everything about it.
What's the next one? But don't say it. I'm going to see if I'm going to write it down.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to see if you can read my mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a couple of clues to get there, though.
Okay.
Right. If I say one word, right, and see if you can get it there, right.
Right.
Water.
I say Super Mario World.
Oh.
No.
Water. No. You know what it was?
Oh, right, no, right, I'm looking away now.
Go on. Water. Water. What music goes really well with water?
Oh my god. See, it's that guessing game all over again, isn't it?
It is.
Flashbacks.
Come on, what music in a Super Nintendo game has got a beautiful water theme?
What is it with me?
It's an amazing level with music.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, look.
Oh my god, why did I not say that? Yeah, that would be my one as well. Oh my god.
Honestly, right, I've been at this joke with myself. I downloaded the music app, the Nintendo music app, and we had some news there where you've got the original Zelda games on there, which is great. The music app is really good, actually, to revisit all of those music. But I'll be honest, it's literally become the Donkey Kong music level app for me. I go in there and play that for a bit, and then get out of it. That's it.
I listen to Donkey Kong Country soundtracks. Yeah, I've done that.
It's so good. So I would say Link to the Past, Mario World, Donkey Kong Country. There's so many though, and I mean, I heard some of the Final Fantasy stuff, and I didn't play the games, and the music's brilliant.
Yeah.
God, what else?
For me, another one is Sunset Riders. That is
Yeah,
incredible music on that. That's so fun.
Oh, I love Shadowrun as well, and a game
I don't know enough of that one. I know you know
Shadowrun. You know,
well.
you need to play Shadowrun to get on your list. But the music in that is incredible.
That's a good one. So how many's that? I've lost count now. I think
probably about 9.
Yeah, it's top 5. Yeah, we get to 9 and squash them into 5 category.
Okay. Charlie Farr asks, what's the toughest game you've ever played and beaten, and why?
The ones that keep popping up for me.
One immediately comes to your mind, isn't it? Like, and you don't know if that's the toughest one or it's just one that you've kind of enjoyed the journey of. And the one for me is Cuphead. I really enjoyed the hell out of Cuphead.
Yeah.
Such a good game. And I literally the only game I've played and beat on an Xbox. The reason I got an Xbox, because that was exclusive to Xbox, and that's the reason I got that machine. And now we just use it to play DVDs.
Oh, well, for mine then, I will say Tales of Iron.
Oh, that's recent, isn't it?
Well,
you've been playing recent?
Sort of. Well, you got because I've been playing number 2, but the first one when it came out, because I hate to say this. Oh, it's the same. It's like a 2D Dark Souls.
Oh,
but it plays like the bosses you get on Mega Man. There is a pattern to follow, but that game, and there were certain times where I was stuck on one boss for hours, or even have to come back to it the next day and the next day and next day. But for some reason, there was something about it made me want to keep going at it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
To be honest, that felt like the toughest, because you go against a boss and you get absolutely mortified. You go against a lower level.
Is this on Switch, by the way?
Yes, I played it on Switch. Both on Switch. I'm actually playing through. I think I'm getting near the end of number 2, because I played a lot whilst waiting for Danielle at the Switch event.
These digital, have you got the physical versions or the physical versions?
There is a physical with the first one around. Second one there isn't yet. We hope there's going to be at one point. I absolutely adore their game. They're really good, but they are incredibly tough. But I know they're newer games, but they're very rewarding.
Yeah, I can't think of any retro games. I've played loads of beaten on stream, which I thought was really tough. But it's weird because by the end of it, I feel like a lot of the games I beat as like kind of glitchy, or just like Wayne's World or something, where you play, I'm never going to be up this, and you learn how around the glitches in a way.
Oh, all right. Well, if it had to be an old one, then I would say Comic Zone.
Oh my god, yeah, I've never beat that. I think I couldn't even get past the first level when I've tried it recently.
It's tough because even if you punch something, you're losing health. You've got to work out a best plan of action.
I don't think I knew that.
You hit a box, and there's loads of. But well, look, mate. Look, remember what I said. Look, I'm trash at games. You'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine. You just get on it.
Right, moving on. Tracer says, have there been any games that have been trashed by reviewers but you actually liked? It's a good question.
I like it when she. Well, I remember when she said it in the chat. I went, "Oh, that's a good one," and I was thinking, "Oh, I think about that," and I forgot to.
I know. I was thinking. I plucked these out just before the podcast, and I didn't give enough time to actually think about them.
You could have taken advantage there. But
the game I will say, right? And I say this a lot, so I've got it prepared in a way. A Nightmare on Elm Street on the NES. I love that game. I think it's a really good game.
Yeah.
And it got trashed by Angry Video Game Nerd years ago. It was, amusing video, whatever. But that game, maybe because I just love the 80s and I love horror icons, and especially Freddy Krueger and things, I think it does it really well. For a NES game. The platform and stuff is really fun. It's tough to believe. It's 4-player as well, if you can get like other people on the screen.
I don't know how that works.
It's a multi-tap.
That must be well messy.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'd love to do that with a bunch of streamers over Halloween. I think
that'd be a great one to be on Switch to play.
Oh god, they'll never do that. No one's ever gonna cry for that, are they? Put Nightmare on Elm Street on there.
But the license would be terrible.
I think that's a genuinely good game. The bosses are very because they're all different versions of Freddy Krueger. You've got kind of a day and dream cycle, and in the dream cycle, you've got all the powers like in Dream Warriors. Because it's off that.
Yes.
And Freddy comes after you, and the music comes, and then when the music's over, he's there. You fight him. Weirdly enough, though, when you fight Freddy himself, he's the easiest part of the game. I don't know why, but all the boss versions,
the build up to it.
Oh, it's such a good game, though. I really enjoy that, and I really want to get a copy of it. Like that's one.
It's only American, though, isn't it? Never got a UK release.
Yeah, so I got a copy. That's what I put this video out So today, when this podcast come out, the video, everyone might have seen it. I got a copy of Friday the 13th while I was away.
Oh, I watched it yet. Spoiler.
Well, sorry. But
Right,
I went into the shop
brilliant.
wanting a copy of Nightmare on Elm Street and they only had that. Which I'm kind of made up with, because that was, I wanted the ones that you can only get like outside the UK if you're going to go those ones.
Well, and you got it in like outside the country as well.
That's nice, isn't it? And it's
like
a lot cheaper. It worked out like 17 quid.
Wow, really?
Exactly. And
you wouldn't be getting out on eBay for that.
Exactly. They go for about 50 quid at least, or whatever.
Easy,
it's not box if it was the car. I'm not going to box.
Yeah, but it's got a cool cover on them. They've got
a great cover, yeah. And it's not, to be honest, Friday the 13th is not a great game. But it's still
not as good as Freddy, definitely not.
No, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a really good game, and I need to kind of edit that playthrough at some point because I want to watch it myself. But yeah, that's the one I would say that like got trash reviewers, and I was very surprised when I played it because I had loads of fun from it. So what have you got?
Yeah, it's been a bit tricky. I'm trying to think. There was saying. It's more of a jokey, but I don't know what the reviews were like back then. But obviously, when I was a kid, I loved Bubsy.
I was about to say Bubsy. I was literally about to say Bubsy because it literally came to my mind. Goes, what game do you really like? That I go, Bubsy.
If it's from people of today, they probably all hate it. Then I would say that one because I really like that game and no one else does.
I know. Can we put in the chat if you got this far? Can you write down Alone with Bubsy?
Justice for Bubsy.
Not Justice for Bubsy. I need to play that at some point, but I'm scared a bit, to be honest, because I think that's.
But everyone always compares it. Oh, what about Bubsy 3D? No, that game looks trash. An unfinished mess.
Yeah, it does look
like the first game.
It doesn't look fun, does it?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. No. It's not even like to play it just for a bit of fun.
Bubsy lures you in because, let's be honest, the animation's pretty decent for Bubsy himself, and the level design's kind of fun-ish, but the look of it and the whole way it scrolls, it's got that horrible like leap of faith thing all the way through, which I played so many games.
Instant death if you get touched by something.
Instant death, yeah, all that stuff. And
can't wait for you to play it.
I kind of want to play it to get through it, but I also feel like it'll be a game I've playing for too long. You
get passwords.
Yeah, but apparently someone was saying you can't get a password for the last level. It's one of those games where it gives you a password like a couple of levels before. I hate that.
Yeah. But there is a password online, no.
What game did I play? Oh, that one with the fox. Not the fox. What was the game? Mr. Nuts. I think I did that in that game as well.
Mr. Nuts, yeah.
That was quite good. I don't know if that got reviewed badly, but I kind of enjoyed the most part of that. But that was a good question. Jamie SMB next asks, do you think remaking or remastering games is more important than making a sequel if many years have passed? That's such a good question.
It is a loaded question as well, because first of all, sometimes, not every time, but a lot of times when they bring out a remaster, it's because they want to get the funds that sells well to then pay for a sequel.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's
if many years have gone, it's kind of an easy win as well. It's like you just got the same game. Let's just remake it. That's like it's like what they're doing like Harry Potter now with the TV show. You know what I mean? It's like the films have already been out. You can go and watch the original films, but they're going to make them again. And they do that with like movies, and they do that because they proved it worked the first time. Let's do it again for the new generation, and the older generation are going to go and let the kids watch it. Same with these games. I mean, how many times have the Last of Us kind of been remade, or Skyrim?
They've done another one.
And what?
They've done is a big announcement from Naughty Dog. Everyone got very excited. This was some news the other day. I didn't include it, but essentially, everyone thinking, what, a new game? What, a new Uncharted? New thing? No, they're bringing out The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 as a pack.
Oh my word.
Do you
know what? I've never played them, so at some point
they are amazing, but not getting remastered 12 times.
Maybe if they put them on Switch, then there's the only time I'm ever going to be able to play them.
Oh, it'd be good on Switch.
You might do that, mightn't he? Sony might end up doing that. You might even see Horizon Zero Dawn, all the games you put on PC. They might end up because Halo's going on. I don't know if Halo's been out for Switch. It will be though. It will.
It's rumored to come out on Switch too. Halo collection.
If games like that are going to go on there and they put Xbox stuff on there, I reckon Sony would be on there. You know. It's at some point.
Also, like, thing is though, if you look at it from a point of view of us that have played it in the past 20 odd years ago or whatever, it's like, they're bringing that out. But then if someone's never played it before, it's their first version of it, and it might be on a system that they can access to, they can't get hold of an older system to play it.
Right now, this moment, someone's booting up Skyrim for the first time.
Well, that's it. Even though you get Skyrim on everything.
Everything.
Like someone might have only got it recently cheap on a 360 or something
and
like
they're
that.
the same with Oblivion now, because isn't Oblivion supposed to be getting re-released, like a new version of it?
Yeah, because that was on original Xbox
for the last month. Every day, someone say, "Oh, it's going to be coming out tomorrow." Silently, they dropped, and it's just everyone knows it's going to silently drop the next day, but it still hasn't dropped. But that means if you do a new version of that, that means they can still keep releasing that version of it, because obviously this version probably going to quash a lot of bugs that have been in it for years.
Well, yeah, it'd make it better for if they are thinking of a sequel, it'd give a bit more stability to go, right, if we make a sequel, people are actually going to care or want to play it because they're hyped from the other one.
Yeah.
And also, and I think a massive thing, as I said, is just literally down to it earns them money to get the next one available to
and
them.
Also the news of it being a remake or remaster gets it on the shelves.
Oh yeah, that as well. It basically gets, instead of it being like put down his bottom shelf out the way from years ago, it's suddenly a new release.
Yeah, it's the same with Nintendo do with the online service. They don't put everything out at the same time. They make it newsworthy and go, "Oh, look, a new F-Zero." Just F-Zero games coming out. So when they drop F-Zero, it's because it's been in everyone's mind. So I know it was a loaded question because he was basically saying himself. But yeah, it's definitely is. Okay, last question from Gamer Sam. If you could choose one system and complete collection with you to the afterlife, to take with you to the afterlife like a pharaoh, what would you choose? Follow question: if you could buy anything related to this, oh my god, I didn't realize you put another question in there.
No, he's sneakily.
Literally two questions there. Sneaking. You can't do that, Sam. You can't do that. You can't break the rules like that.
There's always someone, isn't there?
Always someone. But what collection would you do? Would you be Game Boy collection? Because you're into Game Boy at the moment.
Yeah, because the thing is with the Game Boy, games get so tough that you'd. I
don't know if you're in the afterlife, does that mean like you're stuck in a tomb on your own forever? I guess it does, doesn't it? And you're still alive.
Nice and peaceful. That. Oh, it's lovely. That. No, it's not. I can't say that. Yeah. Well, it depends though. Yeah, but if you, but a Game Boy, is there any power? Because if you run out of batteries, you've got to use this collection.
Oh yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. Let's assume we've got like a generator that's going to last forever.
Okay.
Hypothetical Pharaoh world. I think I probably want some RPGs. I think at that point I might even start.
Oh, yeah, that point. Yeah.
I might go, you know what? I'll try that Final Fantasy out.
Yeah. I've got a few hundred years, but we'll try it out. You know,
it's mad though, because you get to the point now with the modern consoles, they kind of have access to all the old stuff. So if you're going to pick something to do this right, you got to pick a retro console. You know?
I think so because
otherwise it's not a fun answer. So I love the NES so much, and I think like a lot of those titles is glitchy and janky as hell, but they're good to learn.
But you learn to learn with them. Janky.
How good could you get like a Castlevania 3, for example? If you were there forever, it'd be so good.
Well, look at you when you was playing Total Recall. You hated it at the start.
I hated it, yeah.
And you were loving it by the end because you learned how to play it properly.
And how many games are there now that you've played to be instantly put down on that's rubbish? And like, if you give it a couple more days, is that good though? Is it good to play like Total Recall instead of playing like Cyberpunk? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, true. But then if you say, remember he's saying about having a complete collection of something, so you could have very nice, but. What system? After you complete that, how many more games you got after that? Really, you want something that's got a massive. It's endless. Like you could love the Sega Saturn, but there isn't a massive library for it.
I mean, NES. If you include the American collection, there's a load of NES games.
Oh, I can't remember these.
I go for
500 and something.
There's loads, enough, and you've got loads of UK exclusives as well, so you can mix that in.
Yeah, so anything's well established with a massive library.
I'm going for that. I wouldn't go for Atari 2600. Would you play a few games of Centipede? And you're like,
play a few, that'd be it. Really,
I've got a high score. Oh,
again, who's gonna beat my score? Oh,
nobody. I think NES because it's got some RPG. I mean, the SNES is good for RPGs as well. I could finally play Chrono Trigger, which I really want. Have you played that, by the way, Chrono Trigger?
Not yet, but I do have it, and I can't wait to play it. I was going to play it next, but then someone chose Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princess.
Is that the one you're going to do next?
That's going to be before Chrono Trigger.
Are you kidding me? I redeemed that on your channel 3 years ago, mate.
No, don't say that. No.
It is. It's 3 years ago. So don't say someone did it. Like I could have been dead by the time I redeemed that. But now
I still bitch about it in the
he's
title.
like, I can't believe Steve did this. But yeah, Chrono Trigger. Are you going to play it on stream? Because I really want to play it.
No, I badly. Anyone who's played it though, I've avoided anyone playing it because I only played up to a bit where I save a robot. That was it.
It's the issue, isn't it, when you play a game that a lot of people want to play that they missed out because you're going to get people who don't want spoilers.
Yeah,
like,
that's
why
the only thing.
It's the issue when you play a new game because you got a lot of people who got access to that game. Like I think I can't remember what game it was. Actually, it was one of the Monkey Islands games that come out, and I was like, I didn't end up playing it because no one wants to watch it. Yeah, that's the one. Never got around to playing it. But it's
about to say, did you? No.
But I will play stuff like Mario Kart. I might play the odd stream of the new Mario Kart and all that stuff to have a go. But if it's a story-driven thing, I'm gonna have like a day one, just a day. Like when the new Hollow Knight game comes out, Silksong, I'll play one stream of that because I don't want to be playing that forever. But I'll play a day one stream. I think that's really
good because you get like introduce it to other people as well. So
exactly, and it won't spoil too much. It'll just be like the first few hours or 10 minutes or whatever.
That's why it must be so tough being a modern game streamer because you kind of want to play the latest game because it's just come out, but at the same time people might not want to have spoilers for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how you weigh that
expensive as well. I mean, guess Game Pass helps to a point. If you're going to be a modern streamer, then you probably should get onto Game Pass and things like that because you pay a flat fee and then you get access to a library. But my God, the people who stream all the latest and greatest games and actually pay for them, I don't know how you do it. Because I mean, a lot of those people will stream the game because it's quite popular on Twitch. You're bringing new people or not. Totally fine. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
But once you played it for a day and then a new game comes out, you want to jump on that new one that everyone's playing. And it's like, oh my God, how can you
have to hop between everything?
Spend a fortune between them all, unless they're on Game Pass or something, you know. But like, bloody hell. But again, we're saying that we just bought a Switch 2 and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
All these stupid, really expensive Nintendo things that we shouldn't be really buying, but we're idiots.
No. Yeah, but I can justify it. I'm half in the price with Danielle.
Yeah, I can justify it because my wife's
amazing.
Again, as a present. I'm buying Donkey Kong for myself, though. There you go. Get myself with that. I think it'll be good. I mean, I'm going to have enough to play with. I mean, you will as well. That's it. I'm justifying it that way. There's a lot day one that I can hop into. Bit of Mario Kart, bit of Wind Waker, then wait a few months or a week, a month, or whatever it is for Donkey Kong. There's enough. Yeah. Right. Well, then that there. Then thank you so much, everybody, for listening. If you want to give us a question, please do so down below in the comments there. You can do it in YouTube and you can do it on Spotify and all that. So we do check them. Saying that now.
And on our streams as well.
People on our streams or in Discords. There you go. We'll be back in 2 weeks, but before then, you can check out all of the stuff we'll be putting out on our YouTube channels. Plunges down the bottom. Have you got anything that's releasing this weekend or?
It'll be next week. I'll be releasing something. Yeah. It'll be the NEC Toy Fair.
Nice. We've got NEC Toy Fair, but you also can check out his interview with Danny talking about the whole PlayStation, the Switch 2 experience. Not PlayStation goes from. And I've got a video out of my geeky antics in Canada that just went out today, but there'll be probably stuff out next week as well. But anyway, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back in the next episode with a new bowl of cereal. Bye bye.
No.
Don't know why I said that. But